girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now.
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here I welcome you back again to this amazing day. Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land present Maldives Championship Contender Series Season 1. Myself, Eagle, alongside as my co-caster Atul onto the other side. And the first match of the day is the map of Sanok. But before moving towards the first match, I would love to request Atul that how you are and how much excited you are.
I'm really very excited. There's no doubt about that because we just witnessed a few great battles yesterday, and I'm really hoping that today's lobby, today's groups, they are also gonna nail the lobby. They are gonna do massive destruction, and we all are gonna love that. So the plane has arrived, and we will move towards to see where the plane route begins with. And the first match is obviously gonna be in Sanok, as we can see now. The plane route starts from towards the Lakawi, and it will eventually in towards Tambang. And
Hmm.
few of the teams just have started to jump off as soon as they arrived on the plane path, and there are heavy traffic towards kind of Dog. Two teams are going there, fellow other teams are going towards Bhan, and remaining teams are kind of focusing towards Bootcamp or Painan, as I can see. So there might be quite possible we can see drop clash near to Camp Bravo, because we can already see two teams going towards there, and also going towards Docks. There are two teams as well. So these are the two hottest places. I think there might be fights happening, and rest other we can see Bootcamp has only one team that are going towards it, and same goes for Paradise and Painan and nearby places. Quarry has two teams almost close one to another, and also there might be a fight close to Sami.
Yes, totally. The way these fights are taking place, the way these action are taking place, is really very important to see how these players are going to, enjoy these battles right now. But what I could find, this is the stage one. In fact, this is the stage zero, and you have the time to get a good loot, and then those action will take place. You have 2.5 minutes remaining into your side, which is a pretty good time to be very, honest that you can get a good loot from here. But after that, how will you move on? After that, what would be your strategies? After that, how will you play along? What should be a momentum, and everything will come in play. But right now, you can play very freely, very actively, and get those good loot into your side.
Yeah, as most of the teams doesn't have any drop clashes at the moment, so it's easier for them to just chill around and loot around. And after that, they can make their plans according to the zone, according to their route and their next destinations. And through that, we will see what's gonna happen here. And as far as I can see for Savage Esports, they have one team close to them, and they might have a fight very soon, early or not. And until then, we can see fellow other teams hereby, such as DCM Zerizia. They are here. They got their initial route, and they are already even moving from their drop location. They have already decided to go towards their next destination. I hope so. And so far, there is no first blood yet. All of the
Yeah.
teams are intact. No elimination, no kill feed, nothing at all. All of them are just looting around. But if we try to see here, there might be a fight really soon happening between Game Over and the opposing team.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing in, the way they are going in, I think it's really, really very important to see how they're gonna play, how they're gonna take those action out there. 16 teams, 64 remaining players, and it's not very much easy. It's not very much doable for the players, for the teams to go on. But right now, looking at the current condition, D2E, well, he's been taken down. Pate onto the other end. Well, there are two players standing right now with a 0 finishes point. And this is going to be really, really very challenging, really, really very difficult for the players to move on with that same consistency and same doability.
For sure it is, and as far as we can see for Game Over, they are trying to surround their enemies, but before that they have to be aware of their surrounding pretty well. As I can see, Game Over's one player Anish is here totally surrounded by three of their opponent. And he have to be really careful because he will get fire from every direction possible. And until then, we can see here EQZ and another player, they were engaging in a fight, and EQZ Sports White just got eliminated by this player from DCM Jilid. Apathy just got his first blood, but they just lose their two of their teammates just a while ago. Now they got one elimination. Now he and his teammates are the last two. They have to be really cautious about that. And as far as goes for Game Over, Zeron, they are here. Their one teammate Venom is knocked out. They are constantly trying to do some smokes, trying to make the place as much blur as possible, just in order to go and rescue his teammate. Toma is on his full potential trying to do so, but will he be able or not? That will depend totally on the location and the strategy of Savage Esports. And as far as
Mhm.
I can see, Savage don't want to let go any of their elimination. They just immediately finished off their knockouts, and that was their first blood. But more fight to go because one player of Game Over just below this player.
Yes, totally. We have to look forward on those things as well. But right now, looking at the current condition, what I could see, a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges is covered by the players, is covered by the teams, and yes, let's see how they're going to perform or what should be their strategies and momentum as well.
Yeah, and so far as we can see that three of Game Over players are totally on their position, trying to move forward. And as far goes Savage Esports, they are also holding, not doing any over aggression here. But as I can see, one player from Game Over just knock out another player of Savage Esports. So both teams are kind of in a balance right now because both of the teams gonna lose one of their teammates. So three of them are remaining. So let's see who's gonna win here. We can see here Mifsal, he's here and trying to locate the players nearby, and one of the players from Game Over trying to do a grenade here, just cook his grenade, about to throw it, and Mifsal just realized that, so that he changed his position, and luckily he was able to dodge the grenade, otherwise he was done. So the best lucky part for him that was is that Game Over's grenade was totally on a wrong position. They missed it by that much. But right now, one of their players, Anish, is trying to do a perfect grenade on the right portion. Both of the players are damaged severely of Savage Esports, but luckily none of them got knocked out. And the previous knock, that is also being revived, and almost they're revived. They are about to do Grenadier, but before so, Anish just knocked out one of these player of Savage Esports. Top was eliminated, and another fight is being happening between these two teams. These two players, and both of them are in a disadvantage. And what I was skeptical about just happened here, that Anish with his DBS just knocked and finished off a player here.
Yes, totally. I wasn't expecting a fight like this. The region of boot camp. Oh my goodness, that was truly phenomenal. A great battle, but still there's one more fight coming in. What I could see, there's one more drop clash coming in, and both the two players are very close to each other. You have to be really very, alert. You have to be really very be planned with all of this coming down the lane. Yes, there you go. It was a good shot. Anish shot for the target team. SDMZ. Done. SPG, well, they have been eliminated, and it's a pretty good start by Game Over Esports. The way they have started, I think that's very quick and very aggressive at the same time.
Yep, they were swift and they were also cautious about their surrounding. That's the reason they didn't lose many of their teammates, but somehow one of them got eliminated. Either way, they tried their best to survive that player, but they couldn't do so. But whatever it is, ultimately they were able to avenge their fellow teammates, and the fight has been eliminated. We saw just Savage Esports got eliminated at hashtag 16. So now 15 teams are remaining, consisting of 56 players.
Yes, totally. You have to be very much planned enough. You have to be very doable enough with all the things that you're going through. And one wrong move, one wrong mistake, I think everything would be spoiled out over there. So yes, you have to be pretty much ready. You have to be pretty much, planned with all the things coming down the lane. But right now, I think at the same time, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, subscribe the channel, please just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and share this stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well.
Yep, and current at the moment we can see Morgan, they are trying to take a fight against the opposing team. But before that, we can see a fight happening between Game Over and V Leonels. And V Leonels, they have succeeded to get some elimination, and they have totally wiped out Zeron here, as we can see. And Jan got two eliminations, and what are they doing here? Doing aggression towards the last player, because I think that player was putting on their nerves. Just look at it. They're totally crazy over this plate and constantly firing it almost non-stop. And finally they got peace in their heart, and now they are about to loot and roam around here.
Yes, totally. You have to be very much planned enough. You have to be very doable enough with all the things coming down the lane. West End. Well, this is a good name, and there are 4 men standing for the time being. They are searching for those few finishes point as well. Right now, they are not having any finish point, but yes, let's see how would be they going in, what must be their strategies, what must be their momentum. This is a quick question arising in my mind, and things may differ down. Things may be really very difficult for the players and for the teams coming up, because looking at the current situation, I find 14 teams over here and 53 remaining players. So yes, it's pretty difficult for the players. It's pretty difficult for the team to go on with that same consistency and same durability. But right now I could see some fights in the open grounds. Oh, the vehicles have been rotated, and I could see some rotation flash at this point of the game.
Yes, the players are quite close, and they are able to take the fight at the final position of their team, because one of them is knocked and the last one was surviving, and eventually he was eliminated by Morrigan, and Morrigan got their first blood indeed here, but it was the situation that was putting on nerve against that team DLT. That's the reason DLT got eliminated was just only because they were being stuck from two sides, from two teams that did the third parties against them, and eventually DLT got eliminated. So as far as we can see, SVG, DLT, Zeron, these are the three teams that got eliminated early on, but remaining 13 teams are trying to grind and they are trying to take fight against one another and trying to get their eliminations. But as I can see to the overall statistics, only team VE is the one that has most highest elimination while being alive. And apart from that, Zeron had 4 eliminations at the beginning, but they couldn't get hold of another fight that happened immediately after they
Yes.
took a fight. The third party team was the one that messed up Game Over Zero's total plans. But for the moment, we can see a UTG and that team takes fight once against another, and one player is knocked down.
Yes, totally. You have to be really very planned with all the things. Itachi having that grenade. Will that grenade fall in the right region? Will that grenade make any connection? Yes, it did fall in the correct region, but there was no connection. There was only some splash damage coming out of nowhere. But Itachi, he is still waiting in. 13 teams, 49 remaining players. And the way they are pushing the limits, the way they are going in with that same effort and same ability, I think that was truly phenomenal. Vasanti is still waiting in and trying to get this position out there. And I think Itachi now it's truly difficult for both the teams because one of the most important thing, Atul, if you see, the zone is hitting the damage, and you are against the zone, you're against the players as well. Blank has been taken down. Devon onto the another region. Is that Lone Ranger surviving? Let's see for how much more longer period of time they could go with that same holdability and same durability into the game.
I totally agree with Eagle because the zone is a major factor here that is dealing additional damage apart from the players' fires and throwables, and that is the reason EQZ was just eliminated by the team because they were totally getting damaged by the zone, also from the throwables and also from the fire of the players. So they didn't got any chances to heal, and either they couldn't even take any fight. But for the moment, we can see here TM7, they are trying to take fight against another team that is really close to them, and two of TM7's players were totally damaged. One of them was knocked, just got revived, trying to heal both of themselves, and at the same time their remaining two teammates are trying to use some utilities, trying to do some molly and grenades over the places just in order to do some additional damage to the player so that they could easily take them down. But will they be able to do so or not, we will see now.
Yes, totally. It's going to be really very difficult for both the teams. Looking at the current condition, it's Team TM7 and I could find them 4 men standing right now, which is difficult for them, difficult for players as well. Let's see how they're going to perform, what should be their strategies, what should be their holdings and momentum at this given point of the time. But right now, looking at the current condition, I could find zones really very difficult for few teams because I could still see few teams at those northeastern parts of the region. So yes, you have to be really very planned enough. You have to be really be aggressive at the same time. One mistake, one difficulty, and I think you're just taken down.
Yep, sure. And from the beginning, we were showing that the Western were trying to play it cool, but in the process, they just lost their two of their players. Last two of them remaining that are currently busy taking fight against TM7. But in the meantime, TM7 is trying to take some additional fight with other teams that are almost close to them, but still it's far to them. They could see some players towards the hill side, and still they are trying to do some additional damage, even though they know that even if they manage to get some knockouts from here, they won't be able to finish them off. They will eventually get revived, but still they are doing the damage just because to prove that they are not gonna hold back. They are just proving that yeah, we will take fight. If you try to come, we will get you, and that's the reason they are not being pushed away from at the moment. But the West Indies trying to take a fight, and that was a pretty good nade from Joker that eventually got connected with that player who is just now knocked out. But TM7 Eddie is trying to also throw a grenade. The reply to a grenade is obviously a grenade that I can see here.
Yes, totally. I think the way they are playing it, the way they are going in, and it's really very insane to see It's really very engaging to see the way they're putting all the efforts and all the durability out there. But yes, you have to be pretty much planned enough with all the things. It's 11 teams, 39 remaining players. This is the stage 3, and Exodus, he's still waiting, and he's still waiting in with that same durability and same potential out there. And right now, this is the stage 3. Let's see how they're gonna play. But Exodus waiting with that DPS, and I could find him alone, but still there are 3 more players alive. So yes, you have to be very much planned, and you have to be very much aggressive with all the things coming down the lane.
Yeah, sure. And here we can see Morrigan. They had their first blood quite a while ago, but now they got another chance to take a fight. But will they try to take the fight, or they will just play it cool? We are trying to understand that. And until then, DCM, DMT, they are quite close to Morrigan. And what is gonna happen? I think they will surely take fight. But before that, Estella, one of their player, just got eliminated. Shai has been eliminated. Ayu is being revived by uh, their team Aish, and okay, they are not being surrounded at the moment, but they might get fired or being pushed by that opposing team that are behind them and also front of them. They got no possible ways to go and take a cover, to be honest, because I can clearly see they are totally surrounded by each and every team. Almost 3 teams are surrounding them, but still they are trying to get inside of their homes, and I think they could do it if they are lucky enough. But before that, we can see the zone being shift was Painan. Only 3 teams are quite close to the zone, and remaining teams have been lagged behind the zone. Here we can see Morrigan taking fight against that team, DMT, DCM. They are trying to
Uh-huh.
do some additional damage, but they are unable to do so because the players are in cover. They are not being exposed for quite a lot of time, so they will manage
Yep.
it. I think so.
Yes, totally. The way they are pulling all the efforts, it's really very important to see. This is the stage for an 11 teams, 36 players are still surviving. You have 1.5 minutes remaining. Team DCM, 4 players are surviving at the edge of the zone, and they're still trying to find out the way that how they could go inside the zone and get a good positioning from there.
Yeah, it is. And here we can see one of their teammate, Carnage, just got knocked out. K2 has 1 elimination, but that's not enough. They have to make sure that their teammate doesn't get finished off. They have to do something to revive them, and until then, we can see well, other teams here taking fight once against another. The Leonels, one of them just got severely damaged, but still, this player is not holding off. He will for sure throw his grenade no matter what, and he is trying to go, dealing additional damage to this team B, Detroit. They are totally being pressurized by the grenade, pressurized by the fire, and fellow more grenades are about to come. And in order to counter that, he's also going to do the same strategy, that is grenade for grenade. But before he could do so anything, he was knocked out by the grenade because the opposing team cooked it earlier, threw it earlier, and eventually got the elimination earlier. And here the fight is still remaining between these 2 teams. Both of the teams has casualties. They have lost their teammates. So let's see how can they recover from this crisis.
Yes, totally. You have to be really very planned with all the things coming down the lane. CND, ping ping. He is still waiting in, still going in with that same approach, same doability, and same intent right now. And holding the position for a longer period of time, I don't think this will help you. So you have to be very much planned enough. You have to be very much doable enough with all the things coming with Limi. Well, he's waiting in that same approaches. Orpheus onto the another regions, utilizing those grenades. Players are taking their time. Players are taking their momentum, which is really required. And if you take your time, if you are well settled, if you are well planned, I think then it's very usual to take those fights. But if you're not very much planned and if you're not very much confident for that fight, I think after that taking those fights, it's not very.
Yeah, so even here we can see that you are totally on rampage, utilizing his S12 on
Uh-oh.
his face, but he was the last
my
player,
God.
and there was a free molly that eventually got him packed up from this place, and they are eventually eliminated. But FZ, they unfazed, they somehow got survived. They don't have any elimination. One of his teammates is totally at a very low point of health, but even though he managed to revive him, now 2 of them can survive. But before that, they are being pushed by another team. Oh, DMT has arrived, and they have already got knocked out here. and they were not able to finish them off. But if they push, they can obviously finish both of them. And here we can see this team, they are totally scattered DMT, and there are loads of teams around every corner possibly seen from this place. And here Morrigan, their one player has been eliminated, but three of them remaining, one of them being revived. And here one player from SMD Cyanide, Abby is here. His vehicle was about to be blasted off, but before that he got down from the vehicle, and now he's trying to move again. And here we can see FZ just got eliminated at #9.
Yes, totally. Looking at the current condition, the condition is looking very, very intense and very, very hectic as well. You have to be really be planned with all the things coming here, and you have to be, very much aggressive as well. But right now, things may change around. Right now, things may, turn around. And looking at the current condition, Eddie is still waiting in. Carrara, Sutai is still waiting in, having that S12 into their hand, moving in, trying to find a way over there. TM7 is looking confident at this particular time. But
Yep, and
how they could get those positioning over here, this is really very important. Atulya, look at that movement, moving with that S12K, trying to get those positioning. I think this is really, really very undoable.
yeah, their movement totally proves their confidence about their vehicle and their mastery of about their particular weapons. But somehow TM7 Eddie just managed to throw a grenade on perfect time, and that led him to get elimination and total wipeout of SDMZ. But the fight is not over yet. There's another fight that's about to be happening between EST and SDMZ. Both of them are throwing utilities once against another. And here we can see none of them got that much kind of damage. But that's not done. They have to take the fight. Otherwise, none of them are going to the zone.
Yes, totally. 5 teams, 12 remaining players. This is the stage 6. Eddie still waiting in, still going in with that same effort and the same ability right now. But it's really, really very difficult to say. It's really, really very challenging to see. 42 seconds into your favor. And, things may change around. Things would be really, really very challenging and difficult to go on with. But right now, Icon Van are waiting in. They are waiting with same old ability and same ability, but there you go, Icon or Sham. He's waiting in, the grenades are utilized, the players are very quiet, and are you? He's the Lone Ranger, the responsibilities are into their shoulders.
Yep, that's true. And ESTIU, he have to do anything that could survive him for a little more amount of time, because they are already in top 5 team. And if they manage to survive a little bit more, then fellow other teams might get eliminated. That will lead them to get some additional position point. And now we're left with top 4 teams currently surviving: SDMZ, OPZ, VIP, and TM7. And majority of the teams are totally at the corners of the zones. I can see that through the minimap, and none of them are inside of the zone except one team that is really close to the zone, but others are not. So once the zone starts to get shrink after 20 seconds, they all are forced to get inside of the zone. And as 3 of these teams are quite close one to another, so they have to take fight one against another, and then they can think about getting inside of the zone. So it's going to be a great push and great panicking situation for all these teams.
Oh my god, this is just going to be very hectic. 4 teams, 7 remaining players, SDMZ, CY. While they are waiting in OPZ, VIP, TM7, all of them are having a pretty good position out there. This is the stage 7. You have to keep really, really very aggression and that balance of temperament into your side. Flanky, still waiting in for the right moment. Nanu, Flanky has been taken down. It's a surprise attack coming from nowhere. And this is really very hectic.
Yeah, for sure. And I can see that OPZ Esports, they are confirmed and certainly going to get this winner chicken dinner, just because both of other teams' players are totally outside of the zone. They are trying to do the heal battle. They are trying to survive against one another, and one of the team just got eliminated. Now, last player from SNDZ is remaining, and this team, they are for sure going to get that winner chicken dinner. But still, look at their what do I say? Look at their surroundings. They are not doing any over aggression, yet they know they are the last player. Still, they are using their smokes just in order they don't get scammed anyway. And that led to their certainty of the winner chicken dinner. And congrats to this team. They got the chicken dinner finally, and SDMZ, they just got eliminated at the position of #Q.
Yes, totally. That was a great game coming down the lane, and it was a great battle moving out of nowhere. But right now, it's a great whenever a chicken are coming in and a great battle as well. But before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. But this is the end of the first match. It's the end of the first battle. And yes, now it's OPZ getting those 5 elimination, 15 points, and overall 15 points into their side, which is a pretty good start.
Yep, it is. Now we can see here OPZ, they got overall 15 points and they got 5 points for elimination, 10 points for their winner chicken dinner. That's not a bad start, to be honest. And yeah, we can see who got how much elimination from their team. All of them got eliminations from this team except Haizam. He got 0 elimination, but others got 1, 1, and 3 elimination particularly. And that was a good capturing of the zone from their side because they didn't panic, they didn't uh, over aggress at from till the last zone. That's the reason they were surviving and they eventually get the zone. That was the lucky part. And here we can see head to head comparison between OPZ and TM7. They are quite close, but that's because of the total points. But if we try to see the elimination, TM7 is leading by 4 elimination, and whereas OPZ is leading with 5 placement points. But still, they are lacking by 1 points each.
Yes, totally. It was not that a good game, but right now looking at a head-to-head performance, it's really very doable. It's really very performing by the players. 5-9 is the scoreline, and you have to be really planned enough with all the things coming down the lane. 15 put into the side of OPZ and TM7. So yes, the way they are moving in, the way they are going in, I think that is really very undoable.
Yeah, sure it is. Now we will eventually see the overall status of these matches and other fellow fraggers, etc. Just wait for that. And before that, you guys have forgotten to hit that lonely like button. It is really feeling lonely until you touch it and make it glow. So do it as soon as you can. And for the moment, we can see the match ranking of this match. #1 is obviously holden by OPZ Esports. They have 15. Then TN7 got 14. SDNZ, they are quite close too with 13 points from this match. VE Leolens, they have 12 points. Estella, they have 7. And as I saw earlier, yesterday's matches, there were not much teams that were getting points, but today's lobby, today's teams, they are totally getting points. Most of the teams has a good amount of elimination, good amount of point, so the point table is going to be really crazy, I think.
Yes, totally. I think this is really very important for the players and for the teams. Kara got 4, Orpheus got 4, Vasanti got 3, Flanky got 3. So good matches coming out of nowhere. The players are competing very nicely. But this is not it. This is the first match of the day, and after this we would be witnessing 3 matches of Erangel and then 2 matches of Miramar. So yeah, it's just a start, but you can start and get this amazing offer into your side. Get Maggie 15 days plan, activate via Ooredoo app. It's limited time offer, 20 GB for just 250.
Yeah, it's not available in our place. If it were, I think I would give it a try too. But whoever have it gotten, just give it a try. That will be appreciated by those sponsors. And until then, this was the first match. We will be back after a short break for the second and particular corresponding other matches. This is me at Casting Author Gaming, and with me is my co-caster Eagle. We will be back just after the break.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now.
So here we go, guys. We are back after the break, and it is the time for the second match that's going to be happening. There is Eagle.
Yes, totally. And then we are really very excited to cast the second match of the day, which is the map of Erangel. And yes, it's a pretty good match going to be. It's a pretty decent match, what we are expecting to be, because the map of Erangel brings a lot of chaos, brings a lot of clusters on to by the players and by the teams as well.
Yep, and we can see the plane route starting off from the direction of shooting range, eventually in towards the military base. This is a total great plane route, I would say, because the players got a flexibility to move towards their drop location from this angle. But for those that target Yasna, Prison, Milcha, or Novo kind of places, they will have quite a bit trouble here to get those vehicles to move around, to travel around. But before that, we can see already few teams that are going towards hospital, towards Rozok, Pochinki, and etc. etc. Loads of players are there, and first zone has already been revealed, and the center of the zone is already Milta. That means those players that are quite near to the zone, they will initially start to get inside of the zone, try to stay as close as to the zone as possible. And those teams that has been going towards the opposite direction, they also got loads of time to loot, to roam around, and then enter the zone afterwards.
Well, it's really difficult. It's really very challenging for the teams, because looking at the fly path and looking at the first zone formation, I pretty much think that you have to be really very careful. You have to be really be planned enough with what the things are coming down the lane. 16 teams, 63 remaining players. This is the stage one, and you have 1 minute 54 seconds remaining. So yes, you have to be pretty much planned enough. You have to be pretty much be doable with all the stuffs coming down the lane. So yes, if you are really very ready, really be planned with all the things, I think drop clashes will not affect you a lot. But yes, one small mistake, one lack of communication, one lack of coordination, I think that is all what you require.
Yeah, that is the only thing you need to survive. That is the synchronization, that the coordination and the perfect timing of your teammates. If all are good, then no one can stop you. It's kind of like that. But for the moment, we can see here VE Leonels there. They got their initial weapons here. They are kind of ready to take the fight, and also they are kind of being pushed by another team that is pretty close to them. But as far goes for VE Leonels, they are totally scattered. But the opposing team, they are not. They are totally sticking together. They have captured all of the buildings of the C portion, and yeah, there are quite fights happening towards an other direction of the map. EQZ, they just lose two of their teammates here, taking the fight against this team, but they have managed to knock down one of the players from this place and trying to take a fight against the another player that is holding Uzi at the moment. So Uzi and Thompson, that's the fight we wanted to see, and the Uzi totally reigned over this place, and his teammates even arrived at the perfect time that eventually led them with 3 elimination. But still, there's a last player from this team that is far away from here. Will he try to take avenge, or will he try to just escape from the field? That has to be seen.
Yes, totally. It's really very important to see how these players are taking those fights, how these players are taking those action right now. As we all know, this is the stage one, and it's really very important for everyone out here to get those finishers point and get those momentum over here. So yes, after the first zone shrink, after the first momentum, I think things may change out or things may be triple out a bit. But before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this is something that is really very important to us out there. But I could see a good rotation clash over the area, and
Yep.
I'm still finding out a way that how these rotation clash will come out and what would be their position.
Yeah, this team we can see they are still scattered around, but Morrigan they are not. They are sticking one to another all the time. They are rotating together. They are holding together. But at this moment, when they try to just evade the fight, at the very moment, VE Leones they are not letting them go so easily. They just got one knockout from the immediate location, from the immediate perspective they got here, and they are trying to eliminate those fellow other players from this team as well. And one of their team is Madeleine, and this player is totally in the top of the tower, and that is giving him a quite a lot of coverage, quite a good great view from that point, that he can eventually create a massive damage, create a massive problem for the opposing team. But still, Morrigan, two of them are surviving here. One of them was just knocked out. Immediately he got revived and now trying to move their position, but other players are trying to just surround them, just to erase them completely as a whole. They are doing free fire, they are throwing grenades that might eventually connect him at any moment. And Rolex is trying his level best to escape all of these grenades, trying to stop the push, but he eventually couldn't do so. He got knocked out, and his last player is remaining, and eventually he got eliminated. So Morrigan, they are totally eliminated. This is the first blood team that got wiped out by VE Leolen.
Yes, it's really, really very important. It's really, really very uh, necessary for the players, for the teams, for the uh, you know audience as well to like the stream, subscribe the channel, because it get a good moral support to the players as well. But right now, looking at current condition, it's TCM Xkiria. Well, they are three men standing with a zero finishes point, almost on top 15 teams, top 54 remaining players. This is the stage one. You have 2.5 minutes remaining, and this could just be really exciting by the players. This could be just very entertaining by the players, and we have 2400 meters to travel inside the zone.
Yep, only 2 minutes left for this stage 1 to close and for the stage 2 to arrive. And until that time, those players who are quite far away from the zone, they are already rotating around. They know they have to get inside of the zone as soon as they can. Otherwise, other teams will get those base places they have thought to take over. So before that, we can once again see the West India. They already got one elimination from maybe the opposing team that they are trying to find around, but they have moved their position. EST, they are totally at the different position than the West End. They are at totally opposite positions right now. So let's see when they will meet each other again, and that will lead to their fight once again. But before that, as far as I can see, they are kind of totally well positioned from both angles, so that if any player try to rotate from their road, they will surely get them.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing in, it's really, really very intense to see. It's really, really very important to see how these fights are taking place and how these action are going to be. 15 teams, 54 remaining players, and DLTA. It's gonna be really challenging. It's gonna be really, really, really difficult. This is the stage when a drop clash, a rotation clash has been interrupted out. Now you have to be really be planned enough with all the things.
Yep, and Fizz, they are trying to get their eliminations done. They just got one of their eliminations secured, but other players managed to engage from the fight. They were able to move to a farthest place so that they don't get dropped from the vehicle immediately after Son. And here we can see team number 7, they are trying to rotate as well. They are trying to move towards their other destinations. But I think he's facing some problems. That might be being issue or might be any other game issues. But still he's holding here, trying to look around that is the bridge is safe or not for them to move around. And until then, the Western, I think they have also decided to leave this place for the good. But before that, by seeing his driving skill, I think he's trying to just keep his vehicle at a safer position, or it could be anything they want to do. But now we can see the next zone has been shifted once again, and the center of the zone is in between Milta Power and Novo Pinoy. And yeah, quite a lot of teams have already got the center point of the zone, and there might be a fight that would be happening near to Novo anytime soon.
Yes, totally. It's really very important to see how these players are taking those fights. This is the stage two. You have 2.5 minutes remaining. So let's see how they're going to perform or what will be their strategies at the current timing. But we, Bob Q, Eleni, they're also initiating those fight at this moment. Leon is having that good position out there, trying to find a way over there. This is the stage two, and this is your momentum that you know how you're going to perform in, how you're going to take the efforts out there and get those finishes point. But Bogpule, oh my goodness, it's not very much easy. He's that lone ranger for the team, and every other player of this team is just here and there.
Yep, and as we expected, the fight is already happening near to this Novo, and that was quite of inevitable to be honest, because the rotation, the plays, they have no other chance except to take the fight, and that's what they are doing. The Leonans, they got total of 5 elimination from previous fights, and here still they are taking a fight against these three players from the same team, and they are quite unified at the moment. But I don't think that will last for long, because the way the Leonans is trying to surround them from three different directions, they might get a upper hand for sure. They might get a advantage for sure from this place. And if they even manage to get one knocked out here, that will be the immediate time they would push to them. But before that, there's a fight happening between DC and Zerzia. One of them just got eliminated. Actually, three of them got eliminated one by one. Now the last of them is surviving, and T and Seven, they are still quite close to Novo's gas station. They are trying to move around as well. And here,
Yes, totally. Now we are watching another fights coming in. This is the stage two, and you have to be planned enough with all the things coming in action. You have to make those stuffs really very progressive at the same time. And looking at the current condition, 15 teams of 46 players are surviving, and one wrong move, one wrong correction out there, and you're just out of the game. But this is the stage two at 33 seconds remaining. So yes, you have a pretty good time from here to get those positionings.
yep, here those players are trying to constantly fire against those players, and even trying to cover fire. Yes, they have managed to deal a great damage from this place. Sahubi managed to get a knockout. Now it will be a perfect time for his teammates. That is only one of them remaining here alone, trying to throw grenades. And if he managed to get a knockout with the grenade, that will be the in game. That will be the moment when they should directly push towards these players and finish them off. But let's see, will they be able to do so or not? One of his teammates just went from the right, and he's trying to take a fight from this left part of the site, and he's trying to throw more grenades, and those are not quite working. But he's on to the cover for his teammate, and his teammate is taking fight. Saudi is totally jumping around and just got a knockout from this place. That was quite immensely great damage dealt to the other player. And yeah, the opposing team has now last two players remaining. Now this is a fair fight among these teams. Both teams have two players left, and both of the teams are quite damaged right now. Let us see who's gonna win from this battle.
Yes, we would love to see how these fights will take place in action and what would be the results as well. But right now, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and share the stream as well. Because this is really very important. TTR took those grenades, but the counter grenade was really grateful. Shube, well, it's a pretty tough fight for him because he's the lone ranger surviving for the team. He's having those grenades, with those grenades making a connection. There you go. The jump shot was really at the time. And Team VA, Leonel is, well, he's got those finishes point. 8 massive finishes point. Oh my god, this is a good number.
Yep, it is, and game over Zeron. They are still holding here. 4 of them is totally intact. No additional damage to them except Venom. He is quite a little bit damaged, but that's not a issue. He will eventually heal up. But as far as I can see, game over. They are holding off here, and DMT, they are not trying to push around. They are also holding to their current location. The zone right now, it is shrinking, and it will eventually shrink completely, and we will be able to see the stage 3 after 15 more seconds. But until then, 12 teams are remaining, out of consisting 39 players in total.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing, the way they are going in, I think that was really very great to watch out. Right now, it's 12 teams, 39 remaining players, and it's a great game coming in. I could feel the competition, the way these players are, making those fights, the way these players are trying to engage the action. I think that was really very great to watch out. But before that, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, if you are still on the stream and watching the stream throughout the time, I would just request you, everybody out there, to just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support.
Yep, and as we can see the zone to be shifted to the main ground, main island, it is totally quite near to Milta Power and loads of players are surrounding the zone from each angle, from each places. Now there might be quite great fights happening at the every corner of this zone. And before that, we are seeing here EQ said they just got eliminated at hashtag 12. Now we are left with top 11 teams. And here we can see TM7. They are swiftly moving towards this place where Savage's course is already holding on to. And that just arrived to him and he's trying to take a fight with Israel. Kid just got a knockout, tried to finish him off. He even succeeded in that, but in the process, he got knocked out as well by the opposing team. There's coming a grenade that might lead massive damage to the player, and it eventually did, but that was not enough to eliminate him off totally. Now from there, Sara 2 and their teammates just arrived and immediately overwhelmed the team. Hashtag 11 SVT just got wiped out here.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing in, the way they are going in, it's really very immense to watch out. And I was expecting something really very great to come out of nowhere. But 10 teams, 33 remaining players. If I look at FZ, the way they are playing, in fact, that is also very undoable for the players. That also very undoable for the teams. But let's see how they're gonna perform. What must be their strategies, or what must be their momentum at this point of the time.
Yep, while we just left it off GM7, I think they are in a quite a great position for the moment, because from that angle they will be secure, they will be safe for a longer time, and they might eventually get the other zone, other stages of the zone that are about to be coming within few minutes. And before that, we're seeing here SD and Z. They are totally trying to evade this fight. They just smoke the place, and now they are trying to evade from this place from their vehicle, but they are consistently being pressurized by the suppress fire of those opponent players. And yeah, they somehow managed to come here being intact without losing any more teammates of them. Flanky was already eliminated, but 3 of them is remaining, and 3 of them just arrived to this place, and this is a good place for them to stay for at this moment.
Yes, totally. The way they are putting all the efforts, the way they are putting all the, doability out there is truly phenomenal to see. And but I believe that you have to be very planned enough. You have to be very doable enough with all the things coming back in action, with all the things coming back in track. But right now, looking at the current condition, things may change out. Things may, differ out. I can find Team Icon. They are at the edges of the zone. 10 teams, 32 players. If I talk about the man advantage, every team out there is having that man advantage. So yes, this really becomes important for us. The way they are playing in, the way they are going in, you have to be really very be aggressive and planned enough at the same time.
Yep, only 2 or 3 teams are there that are lacking with their manpower, their gunpower. Otherwise, all of the teams have 4 of them alive, or at least 3 of them alive. So they are trying to push one against another. They are trying to take the best position available, and after obviously winning the fight against those other players, that is already capturing those places. And here we can see TM780 that has just fallen off from the cliff and trying to just climb upstairs upwards. But before that, TM7 has already arrived at the point, and they are just trying to locate the position of these players that are currently underwater. One of them is really close, and one of them is trying to move towards the farthest location as far as possible. But whenever they will try to take a breath, they will eventually get exposed, and one of them, Carnage, just got exposed, and Kalpo and his teammate is consistently fighting off against them, trying to get the knockout from the both angles. They are totally pushing towards them, and yeah, here we go. Kalpo just got one knockout of Carnage, but Carnage's teammate is still alive and still trying to grind and still trying to survive.
Yes, you have to look forward to that as well. You have to be very much planned enough. You have to be very much doable enough with all the things coming down the lane. And looking at the current condition, I find it difficult for every team. You could see Eddie is keeping an eye with that M416 and 4X. Madhul Eleni, he's getting those grenades very rightly on the target. So yes, it's pretty difficult for the team to go out and maintain that consistency and maintain that doability out there.
Yep, Fool is trying to look around as well, just like the previous moment we saw them. But here he is unable to locate the last player of the opposing team. But until then, another team just approached them. He just got the footstep of them, or their teammates just alerted him about that. Now he's consistently looking towards the place, throwing some grenades and smokes for his teammates to just suffocate the opponent team with these attacks. But the opponent team is also doing the same strategy. They are also throwing grenades. They are also trying to take a fight against this team pretty well. And for that reason, TM7 is compelled to retreat for a bit. But here, DCM DMT's last player K2 is still surviving solely, and he's the lone wolf of his team. And but there is no guarantee how much long he could survive from this place. And at the moment, we can see the West End trying to also climb downstairs here.
Yes, totally. It's a great battle coming in. It's a great fight coming in, and you have to be really very planned with all the things. Looking at the current condition, I find it personally challenging for every team out there. There's almost 10 teams, 29 live players, and what I could see, one important thing: the players having that man advantage are utilizing it very very nicely.
And just now, DCM got eliminated at hashtag 10, and TM7, they are totally in domination, trying to take fight everywhere they can possibly do. And here, Estella, he just knocked out two of the players, and actually, lot of players are knocked out here. Three of them are knocked out from this team icon, and they are being eliminated one after another. Their last player is surviving somewhere else, but he's also trapped between other teams. And from this angle, OPZ, they are trying to take advantage against those players. They're trying to get some eliminations or at least knockout, but they are unable to do so from Milta Power's angle from this perspective. And yeah, we can see the next zone that has been shifted from Milta Power to another direction. And yeah, VE Leonens, they are totally in a suppressing situation from the both end. No one is letting him to peek around, but still he's managing to do some pre-fires and getting in cover. But anytime the grenade might approach, and it's already approaching him. Can he survive or not? The molly, the spread, that is insane, and it eventually hit intensity. But can he survive or not? We will see.
Yes, we have to look forward to it as well, because the way he's playing in, the way he's going is really difficult. Oh, that was a jump shot. He tried. He failed. He'll get full marks for try, but I think he still needs to work on that.
Yep, he was pretty unlucky about that because the opposing team was literally pre-firing to his location, and eventually he fell into their trap and got immediately eliminated. But until now, we can see top 7 teams surviving, with consisting of 20 players in total. Unfazed, they are totally intact. None of their player got eliminated. 4 of them is alive, and they are consistently looking forward for game over Zeron. Can they get any elimination, or can they wipe this game up or not? Let us see. We just witnessed one player and immediately tried to knock him down, but he was unable to do so. But eventually, the second player he noticed, he let no stone go unturned and eventually knocked out one player. But the remaining players of this team has already moved towards another direction. But yeah, they might get pressurized from every other angle. One team just pushed onto them, and they just knocked out one of OPZ. But OPZ's Blanky and others just got one of their players as well. So game over. They are in a total pressure, and here from this angle, Unfazed is trying to take a fight against EST and other opposing teams.
Yes, totally. It's gonna be really, really difficult for the team. 17 remaining players. You have to be very planned enough. You have to be very, very doable enough with all the things coming down the lane. And one wrong move, one wrong mistake, and I think everything is just done and dusted. So yes, let's see how they're planning it, how they're going through it. Some good shots have been taken. It's a mid-range fight coming in. The way they are moving in, the way they are playing it, but let's see how they could go on with that same consistency and same doability.
Yep, TM7, they are totally in a good position so far. Two of them is totally utilizing the advantage of height from this place, and two of them has already charging towards the another players of the right portion, and they are one of them is already retreating. Now their prime focus is Unfazed because they are quite close to the zone, and if they don't manage to give pressure on them, then it will be harder for them to go the zone. And one of TM7's player, they have approached the zone, but others are not able to do so. But still, they are trying. 9 players are remaining out of these 3 teams. It's a 4v1 situation in total. Let us see who's gonna get the winner chicken dinner.
Yes, totally. We have to look forward to that as well. One wrong move, one wrong mistake. I think things may change down. But right now, what I could see is difficulties for these three teams. Three teams, eight remaining players. One wrong move, one wrong movement, and you're just done and dusted. And let's see how will they go on. Let's see how they are planning the things up, how they are maintaining the things up. Because right now, it's truly difficult for them.
Yep, there is no way that any team is going to win except excessive amount of calculations, excessive amount of cautiousness, because anything could happen if they fail to counter their sides. And yeah, we can see Unfazed, they just knocked one player from TM7, but one of their teammate also got knocked out. But still, Unfazed, they have totally utilized a lots of smoke. They have totally hazed the place, and by doing so they are totally in a safer place, and they managed to eliminate most of TM7's player. Now the last player from TM7 and the last player from Game Over Zeron is surviving. It's a 3v2, 3v1v1 situation, and Riku is trying here. Game Over Zeron. Anish tried really good and managed to knock one player, and at the same time the last player from TM7, Eddie, just knocked out another player, and these solo players managed to totally wiped out three of FZ unfazed players, and that was totally unexpected.
Oh my god, this is a great game coming in. Top two teams, TLMT going in. This is the region. I could also find one more team for 16 getting those shots. I think this is just time period, but I don't think so that this will be that doable enough. You have to be really, really cautious and planned enough to take those fights. But right now, I find it very, very challenging for the teams.
Oh, that was a great final throw from TM7, and TM7 is the winner of this round, I can say, if I'm not wrong here.
Yes.
But what a fight that was. Both of the solo players from both of the teams like worked as a team for unparticular reason. That was a total coincidence, but as the way they played, that led them to move another position, that moved them to get the chicken dinner. Obviously both of them can't get the chicken dinner, but they really played well, both of them, and that's really marvelous.
Yeah, totally. The way they played was really, really very great. Now I would love to see some stats over it, that how they are playing in and how the numbers are showing. Yes, TM7 19 elimination, 29 points in this match, and overall points is 43, which is a very vast number, Atul.
Yep, that's quite a good average point if we say. Uh, by summing up those first two matches, still four matches left to go. And before that, we can see their elimination stats of this team. Kara got through elimination. Eddie got 9 elimination. He was totally overpowered by his team. And here we can see Fool got 3 elimination as well, and Kalpo got 4 elimination. And this is what proves that they really deserve this chicken dinner, because just look at their kills, look at their cover, look at their planning and surviving till the last. These all factors in total led them to get this win.
Yes, totally. The way they played in, that was truly immense to watch out. That was truly immense to check on. But right now, I would love everyone to, if you're enjoying the stream, guys, please, please, please just go, do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support head to head. 1918, 1980 is the scoreline. TM7 19, placement point 10-5, and total points was 29-13 between TM7 and Unfazed.
Yep, that's quite a great difference between this head-to-head comparison. It's more, I think it's about 16 points difference. It's more than half points difference between the points of total of these two teams. And here we can see hashtag 1 rank is secured by TM7 with 29 points in this match. Hashtag 2 is secured by Unfazed with 13, followed by Game Over Zero's 11, VE Leonens 9, VIP Iconic 7, Estella 7, VE Detroit 5, OPZ Dispose 5, The Western 3, DCM OMT 2, Savage Dispose 1, Morrigan, and following other teams have 0 points for this round.
Yes, totally. Yeah, that was truly, truly phenomenal to watch out. The way they played on, the way they went on with that same consistency and same durability. But right now, I'm watching the TM7 29 by TM7 on phase 13, 11 by Game Over Zero on 9 by Leoneless, 7-7 by VIP. Still, I got 7-5 by DPZ in Detroit as well. 3 by West End, 2 by DCMT, 1 by Savage, and all other team have secured only 0 finishes point here. So that is something very unprofessional. What I believe you have to get those finishes point at least from here.
Yep. Literally 0 is not a good point to see, but I think they tried their best, but luck wasn't in their favor. Otherwise, who else is gonna play like that, right? So for the moment, we can see our top fraggers And hashtag 1 is secured by Eddie because of his 9 extreme elimination. Then hashtag 2 is secured by Anish with 5 elimination. Rain has 5 as well. Kalpo has 4. And Mud has 4 elimination. And their survival time, if we say, first two of them got 24 minutes each, and others got 19 and 20s in average. And overall ranking, we can see here, out of these two first matches, hashtag 1 is secured by TN7 with overall of 43 points, and second position is secured by V Leonens with total 21 points. And still, it's a double, more than double points difference to TM7. They are literally playing really good, and if they keep trying to keep their consistency on point, they are gonna go a long way.
Yes, totally. If they maintain that consistency and they maintain that doability, I think things may change around, and a lot of things will change for the teams and for the players as well. But right now, if I talk about the overall standings, TM7 got 43, 21 by Villianes, OP's at Esports 20, 15 by Game Over. Estella got 15, 14 by his team's at 13, 13 by Unfazed and VIP or Iconic. They've also secured some good finishes, point 11 into their side.
Yep, hashtag 92, hashtag 16. We can see here TMC DMT has 7, VE Detroit has 7, the West End has 5, Morrigan has only 4, then Savage Esports has 2, EQZ Esports 2, DCM Delete 1, DCM Zaria, they got 0 elimination. They have to quite work on their performance for the upcoming matches. Otherwise, they are totally gonna lag behind, and this is not at all to be taken for lightly. And here we can see overall top figures of the first two matches. That is obviously hashtag 1 secured by AD with 12 elimination, KD ratio of 4. Second position maintained by Anish with 8 elimination, 2.67 KD. Kara has 7 elimination and consisting of 2.33 KD ratio. And as far we go for Mad and Soli, they have 7 and 6 elimination each with 2.33 and 2 KD ratio individually.
Yes, that was truly, truly phenomenal to watch out. But the way they were playing in, that was totally immense in the last match. But I still believe this was the second match of the day, and we are expecting that now we would be moving towards the third match very soon. But yes, you can get those match only 15 days plan. It's a limited time off. It's a limited time offer. 20 GB in 250. So yes, Ooredoo is providing something great to you.
Yep, it is. And now we are left with two more Erangels and two more Miramar matches. So for that, you just have to keep supporting, like and comment, and obviously share the stream with your friends. Until then, we will be taking another short break, and after that, we will be right back with your third match.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are coming back to the match of Erangel. And yes, if I'm not wrong, this is the third match of the day and second match of Erangel. So yes, it's a pretty good match, a pretty decent match to come around. But talking about the fly path, well, it's a decent fly path coming in, starting from those northwestern parts of the region, ending around those southeastern parts of the region. A decent fly path, and I can find teams and players very difficult. I could find them really at a challenging position to be very assuring now. But Milta, well, it's a pretty good region. Farm, Pochinki, Severny, Yasna Poliana, all these regions are pretty challenging. Let's see how ever they could reach their drop location or not.
Yep, we will see that for sure. And here we can see a great traffic towards the place near to school apartment. And yes, now most of the players are starting to jump off from these places around. Maybe the location of the zone that had on the earlier match has left an impact on their gameplay strategy. But as we can see, the zone has once again, betrayed them. And now the center of the zone of the first match is near to the hill of Georgiapol containers. And yeah, there are a lot of teams that are landing towards the place, such as Milta Power, Novo, Milta, and Farm, etc. places. So there might be hot clashes, hot drops that we are expecting to see. But before that, we can see our VE Detroit. They just landed and immediately they got Ace 18 and Honey Badger and fellow other weapons here. And his remaining teammates are for sure getting those weapons as well. But before that, they obviously need initial vehicle, otherwise they will be handicapped while it's about traveling from one port to another.
Yes, this is the stage one, and looking at the current condition, I could see some early fights as well, and some early battles as well. We Shady DTR, they're having a pretty good position, they're having a pretty good angle. Solid ATR, even they are going with that same consistency and same durability. Oh my goodness, this could be really very challenging for them, really very difficult for them. But the way they are moving in, I don't think it's really very possible. 16 teams, 63 players. This is stage one, and you have 1.5 minutes remaining.
Yep, and Game Over is literally trying to put an end to other players' game. They are literally trying to game over other players, but will they be able to do so or not? Let us see. There's a player that is Exit that where he were totally alone here. His remaining fellow teammates are quite far away from him. They are trying to move forward, but they are too late in that. Two of them just got eliminated. Now last two of them is remaining, and one of them is still quite far away, and he won't be able to give a cover that what was I was expecting, and that's what just happened right now. Teddy got even knocked out. Now the last player is Sahube, but eventually he might get pulled over because we can see one of them, one of Game Over's players is trying to do a massive rotation with their vehicle. Totally went to the right, but Sahube has a meta of that. His teammates warned him. His teammates warned him up, but still that won't be enough because from here he's getting a direct push, and from behind he will be getting pushed by three players. And yeah, Game Over. They're not totally over aggressing. Just look at them. One of them arrived earlier. One of them is arriving later on just because they want to confuse this player, and eventually he was throwing a grenade, but eventually he got great damage. He managed to deal great damage to Toma, but Toma has eliminated him, and thus their whole team is eliminated, and Game Over got initial 4 eliminations from their first fight.
Yes, totally. I think the way they are pulling it off, it's totally phenomenal to watch out. But right now, 15 teams, 60 remaining players, the way they are playing these matches, I think it's totally intense. It's totally undoable for the players. Let's see, will they go with that same consistency or same durability or not throughout the game? But right now, what I can find that they're in a pretty difficult position. They're in a pretty difficult areas right now because they have the potential to get a lot of things, but they're still unable to get that because there's only one team who could get that winner chicken dinner in every match. Another 15 teams for other matches to come around. So yes, let's see in this match who will be that team. But right now, it's just the early start. So yes, they could take their time and take their momentum as well.
Yep, we are tend to put winner chicken dinner to a higher pedestal, but that's not necessary. Obviously, all the players need to do is to do their best, even if they don't get the chicken dinner, even if they manage to get a second position with fair amount of elimination, they might be still able to surpass the team that got the winner chicken dinner itself from the overall points, from the overall statistics. Am I right or not? So yeah, that is the main thing. They have to put their best of them. they have to get as much elimination as they can get, and at the same time they have to be cautious enough to survive and not to get eliminated at the very earlier stages. So here we can now see Unfazed. They are reigning over Water City, but no other teams are surrounding them. That's the good point. And here we can see TCM Zerzia. They have lost one of their teammates just a while ago, and now three of them is remaining, and they are totally in their rotation for to arrive into their next destination. Here we can see Savage Sports. They have almost completed their loot. I can pretty much see that. But now they are about to get some unwanted guests from this angle. They are already moving around. They have spotted them. They have heard about them. Their vehicle noises. Now here we can see Savage Sports trying to get unified to a same location, and they have managed to evade the fight for the moment. But will they take a fight or not? We will see in a few moments.
Yes, totally. The way they are putting all the efforts, the play, the way they are taking all the actions out there. You have to keep a calm and you have to keep composed over there. But right now, this is a stage one. You have 2.5 minutes remaining, and let's see how you can pull it off. If I talk about the West End, well, they are 4 men standing with the 0 finishes point. Almost on top 15 teams, almost on top 59 remaining players. It's really very important. It's really very necessary for them to pull the things off. And right now, the team West End, they're rotating and trying to find a way.
So far so on, no team has lost their teammates except Team Zarzia. They have lost one of their teammates. Otherwise, every team have 4-man roster intact, and with the overall statistic currently, Game Over Zeron, they have the highest elimination available, that is 4. Other teams have only Estella has 1 elimination, and fellow other teams, no one has any elimination yet. But a lot more fight are going to happen because it's just stage 1. It is the initial part of the match, and all you need to do is to loot and to rotate and get to a better place. That is all we will see in stage 1, except those drop clashes. And here we can see now ACM, their Cyanide team, they have already looted the place around. Same goes for Unfazed. They are still at Water City, and if we try to look them properly, yep, no surrounding team enemies available yet. Near to the farm, we can see TM7. They were playing quite good in the previous match. Let us see if they can hold on to their consistency in this match as well or not.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing in, the way they are going in, it's really very important to see. It's really very important to watch out those stuffs as well. This is the stage 1, and you have a pretty good time. You have a pretty good momentum by the players, by the teams as well. And right now, you have 25 seconds remaining in the zone. Areas are not that too good. The zone areas are not that too doable for the players. Let's see how you could go on, move on with that same momentum and same doability. But looking at the current conditions, player would take their time and take their momentum, and then they could move in.
Yep, sure they can. And as the zone is about to be closed just now, and we were already looking forward that what it might shift into, and it eventually shifted towards quite a bit towards in between of Ruins and Zarki. It's almost quite near to Georgiable Town direction, and for the moment we can see few teams that are outside of the zone, such as there is one team that is towards military base yet, and other teams are quite much inside of the zone. They are trying to move towards the zone, and there's a really heavy traffic near to Rozok Bridge and Rozok's way out, and there might be quite a lot of fights that might be happening very soon.
Yes, totally. It's very important for the players. It's very important for the teams to go on with that same potential and same doability. But 15 teams, and looking at the current conditions, 59 remaining players. So yes, it's very difficult. It's really very difficult for the players to pull off the things very nicely. And as this is the second zone itself, so they're taking their time. They're rotating. They're being very comfortable, which is also very necessary.
Yep, and here we can see Game Over Zeron. They had their 4 elimination. Now they're silently moving towards their next destination. They are avoiding every other team for the moment. They don't want any unnecessary fight, but still they might have to take a fight against Unfazed. Unfazed has already fired up among them, and one of them just got massive damage, but still managed to not get knocked out. But others of them are trying to literally push too soon. But before that, too soon got one of them and immediately eliminated Anish. And that was a total overaggression from Anish, I would say, because he was totally unaware. He was totally careless about the surroundings. He just burst in, and that led it to his destruction. And same goes for their another teammate Madara. He just got eliminated. Now two of game overs there on is remaining. That is Venom and Toma. Now they have no other ways left except to retreat to the safe zone.
Yes, totally. 15 teams, so 56 alive players. This is the stage 2, and you have to keep that hold. You have to keep that momentum and that durability as well. Well, 53 seconds into your hand, and the way they are pulling it off, the way they're going in, I think it's really, really very important for the players to go on with that same intent. You have to keep your intent very, very necessary and very, very doable as well. But right now, looking at the current condition, 37 seconds in your hand, and after that, new zone shrink will come in, which will play a very prior role. So let's see how it's going to be.
Yep, and only 30 seconds left. 56 players, total team 15. And here we can see VIP Iconic. One of their teammate is knocked out and immediately finished off by the slam of a vehicle, and that is done by Morrigan. And Morrigan, they are also not leaving the place so soon. They want more elimination. They just wasted one elimination. Now they want more and more. They are consistently trying to fire against those players, and now they are eventually trying to chase them with their buggy or whatever vehicle they got so far. But they have to be careful because another third party has arrived here, and they are currently taking fight against Icon, and they have managed to get two knockouts from this place. Savage Sports trying to fully eliminate this team, and apart from that, Morrigan, they are trying to do the third party. But before that, one of them just got spotted on by Savage Sports. Now Savage Sports also knows that there are two teams currently available. Now they have to be really very careful before they do any movement.
Oh, it's a great match coming in. Looking at the current conditions, 15 teams, 53 remaining players. Game over. Zeron and TTMA, two men standing with those four finishers point. It's a pretty good game starting in, and players are trying to get those good intentive approach from their side. So let's see how will they make the game more big and more doable by the players and by the teams. But right now, I would love to request everyone out there to please go just to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well.
Yep, and for the moment you can see DC and Zerzia, they're taking fight against the opposing team, and one of them just got knocked out. Toko is knocked out, and Awaken is trying to really awake his teammates up by holding on to that revive button. And before that, OPZ, they have managed to get really close to them. One of them just burst in with his buggy, and other fellow teammates are trying to come around here as well. But one of them is also knocked out, so they have to manage that before, or even if they don't do so, okay, one of them is already reviving. But before that, Ava can just throw a grenade. It might get another knockout once again. Yes, it did. And the second player is severely damaged as well. But that player also threw a grenade, but that I think missed by a little bit. And now Ava can got another chance to take the fight. But before that, he's literally 0 HP. Massive damage dealt by OPZ. I don't know how he even surviving here without being knocked out, but it is what it is. OPZ, they are consistently trying to throw a grenade. Vasanti tried her best, but at the last moment, she cancelled her grenade. Now, still trying to cook it again. Now, throw it off, but no player were nearby. That's the reason she was unable to get any knockout for the moment.
Yes, totally. The way they are pulling the efforts out there, it's really very insane to watch out. This is the stage 3. You have 1.5 minutes remaining, and it's really very important to get those finishes points to your side. 15 teams, 52 remaining players. Shandu, Blanky are the last two players standing. Blanky moving in with that same intentive approach, but oh my god, that was a good teamwork. That was a good battle coming out of nowhere, and I think the team was not really prepared for that. The way they pulled in and the way they showed the teamwork, I think that was great. But Axiom, he's still looking unstoppable.
Yep, and OPZ, they got 3 eliminations in total from this place. That's a good start for them, and the most important part is that they didn't lose any teammate yet, so they can fight again, once again, with full confidence all over again. And from this perspective, point of location, we can see here 3 or 4 teams are at the same time rotating around nearby, and anyone might take fight with anyone here. There is no shortage of anything at the moment. And from this angle, SDMZ, they are totally trying to get inside to a safer portion of this place. And I think they have totally managed to get the intel that they are totally surrounded by loads of teams. So yeah, they are going towards a safe place, and this is a good choice for them, to be honest. And at the other portion of the map, a fight is happening between West End and Unfazed. Both of the teams got knockouts in between them, and the remaining fight is yet to be seen.
Yeah, totally. The way they are pulling the efforts out there, it's really, really very important to see how they gonna play and what would be their strategies at this particular time. But 14 teams and 44 players. This is the stage 3, and you have 6 seconds remaining. So yes, it's really very important for them to move on with that same durability. And this is the stage 3. Let's see how will they go on with that same intent. Let's see how they will go on with that same durability and the same holdability as well. But right now, Western Sasuke is still waiting in very quietly, very nicely. Now he'll wait for his right turn. This is the stage 3, and you have 1 minute remaining.
Yep, and for Unfazed, two of them got eliminated. Chusun is still alive. Tamatu is also holding on to his back, but still, that's not enough to take the fight against DMT or any other team that is consisting of full roster alive in them. So they are totally playing now off guard here. Totally, they are chilling around. They are just looting and holding for a good moment. They are waiting to just steal any team's eliminations that will be good for them, not to take fight directly against any other teams. And SVG top is totally in domination, and Morrigan, they got eliminated at really faster pace than expected. 3 of the teams are wiped up out of the 16 teams. Now 13 teams and 41 players is remaining here.
Yes, totally. It's really very important for them as well. Looking at the current condition, what I could say, this is the stage 3, and a lot of difficulties has been created. A lot of chaos has been done over here. The way players are coming very close to each other, the way they're putting all the efforts out there. So it's really very important for them to pull off all the things. 13 teams, 41 remaining players. This is the stage 4, and you have 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. So you have to be pretty excited for that as well.
Yep, stage 5 is going to be really crazy. We will see it after once it arrives. And until then, the West End is trying to take a fight against GMT. They might succeed in their approach, but they have to be really lucky and really cautious about their every move possible. Otherwise, they are really gonna mess up it badly. But we can see the zone. The zone is pretty much confusing, to be honest, for the players, because there are higher terrains, lower terrains, loads of unstable ground, and this is the portion that is the only place with buildings, and most of the people are already holding on to their places here. They won't budge, they won't move at all until the zone forces them to.
Yes, totally. They are still waiting for the right turn. If I talk about the zone, this is the stage 4, and you have 44 seconds remaining into your hand, which is not that too good or not that too bad, but you have to maintain that temperament, you have to maintain that durability, that how will you move forward or how will you get those finishes point from here. So yes, maintaining those things becomes really very important, but looking at the current condition, things may change around, things may change for the players and for the teams. 13 teams, 41 remaining players. This is the stage 4, and you have 22 seconds remaining for now.
Yep, and here we can see DCM delayed. They have 4 of them alive. They might have to take a fight against OPZ. OPZ didn't lose any teammate. We just saw them a while ago to take a fight against another team. They were totally winning the fight that time, but now the things have turned. The situation have totally changed, and yeah, we can see the next zone that is about to be seen after 45 seconds approximately. And before that, few teams has already decided to get towards the other portion of the zone, just in order they don't get totally blown away by the next safe zone location. And here we can see Estella Shy still holding on to the same buildings, still holding towards the same places, because they don't want to miss any single pixel of visible enemies, and they don't want to lose any scope they could get from here.
Yes, totally. This is the 4th stage, and looking at the players, EST Sage is waiting for the right turn. Shy, IU Sage, 3 men standing around those diagonal angles of staircase. He's taking his time, he's taking his momentum. Those grenades have been pulled off at the right moment. Oh, look at the zone. Look at the zone. What it is up to. Not even a single team, not even a single player is looking inside the zone, and every team, every place is outside the zone. And this zone is just going to be chaotic. It's inviting every team out there to come in and enjoy the battle over there. But I feel it is really, really very difficult and challenging for the teams and players. But I still believe you have to keep an intensive approach. I still believe you have to keep a hold, and then if you are very patient enough, things may change around.
Yeah, patience is the key to success, and this is what they need to do. They all were pretty skeptical about the zone itself, and they tried their best to get inside of the zone beforehand. But still, the zone be like, you all have to try once again. Not even a single team can be inside of me. Now the zone is really challenging. All of them are trying to get inside of the zone, but before that, they have to take the fight. As we assumed before, until the zone forces them, no one is going to leave the places, and exactly that's what's happening now. All of the teams are totally scattered. They are trying to get inside of the zone as fast as they could, and SDMZ, for they have arrived to the zone beforehand every other team. And here Savages was, they are also in a portion of the zone, but this is not a great place to be holding on to, because look at this vehicle. If any of the vehicles get blasted, all of them would get damaged. And moreover that, they have literally parked three of their buggies there, and from this place at least 4 to 5 teams are about to leave the place real soon, and in the process they might
Mhm.
get into unwanted loads of fights.
Yes, totally. The way they are pulling it off, I think it's really, really very important. It's really, really very doable for the teams and for the players as well. This is the stage 5, and you have a pretty good time, pretty good moment as well. But those grenades, oh my goodness, those grenades are really, really very great. And on the target as well, but they have missed it. Too soon is moving in. He has that vehicle, so yes, it's really, really very comfortable for him. And yes, the design of vehicle is also really very important. Oh, his teammate has been taking down some random shots into the smoke, but West End, they'll end the chapter of Tusoon, and Team FZ, they've totally been eliminated from here.
That was a pretty unexpected fight to see, and that is really in a quick phase. We couldn't even realize what is going on here. So we can imagine what's happening to the players itself. They are totally shaken away by these overwhelming teams, and one after another we can see multiple teams getting beaten around, getting wiped out. And here just now two other more teams got wiped out. Hashtag 11 eliminated VIP. Now here we can see OPZ TM7. Most of their players has been knocked and eliminated. Now last two of them is standing on their feet, trying to revive one of their teammates as well. But it's kind of not possible. But still they are going to take a risk for the sake of their teammate, for the sake of their gun power. And on the other portion, OPZ, they are also knocked out by a bit. And here we can see hashtag 9 game over 0. They are also eliminated, and here we can see other teams trying to keep engaging on their fights. And from this angle is to SDM's Cyanide Winter just threw a grenade against the players, but that didn't deal any damage. And I wonder how is that even possible.
Yes, that was truly, truly very surprising for us and for the teams as well. The way they pulled off the things right there. But current condition, Blanky, well, he's still waiting in, he's still waiting for the right moment and right opportunity to get through. 7 teams, 24 remaining players. This is the stage 6, and now you'll try to get those finishers point. But right now, Blank is moving in, he's having the TMP45, trying for those finishers point. 2 players are moving towards him, and there comes the counter attack. Was not expecting a start of the counter race. Saiga, oh my god, confidence, and now you're down.
And Mixal, even he got eliminated and overwhelmed by OPZ, and OPZ in the domination currently with total 10 elimination, the highest elimination possible at the moment in the battlefield. But they are totally being pressurized by fellow other opponent teams. And yeah, we can see our V Leones. Bogubi tried to take a fight, but eventually got eliminated by multiple angle pressured fire from multiple teams. Now we're left with top 5 teams consisting of 11 players at the moment, and one player just got a grenade kill. Others are trying to take a fight on with S12K, but in the process, DMT7 just got wiped out by this team. And now we're left with top 4 teams here. Let us see who is going to win this match.
Yes, certainly it's difficult for them, and it's difficult for the players as well. This is 3 teams, 8 remaining players surviving at this position. And it's really, really very important for everyone out there. Right now, 3 players. I think heal battle could also be option at this position of the game, because it would give you a lot of good positionings from here and some bad positionings as well, but mostly it will give some good positionings, I guess.
Yep, and Winter, they are trying to throw a grenade against his team. Both of the team are utilizing their grenade on the perfect time. Let's see. Okay, Winter got knocked out by the grenade from this angle. They are throwing more and more grenades. They just secured one of their elimination, but in the process, one of their teammate also got knocked out by C and D Flanky. Now the other was trying to revive his teammate, but had to quit it on the midway. But eventually got knocked out by the spam fire from Anu from this place, and Lolith is trying to move forward, but he had to take fight against two more players, and that is quite challenging for him. And on the other hand, another player burst in from the behind, and the match is ended. They got totally eliminated, and the other team, they got the winner chicken dinner in this match.
Yes, totally. It was a great winner chicken dinner in this game, and the way they pulled it off, that was also truly phenomenal to watch out. But this is just the start. This is just the start of the day, because we do have completed, I guess, 3 match, but I don't think so that will be very much doable for the players, because there are 3 more matches remaining. The match of Miramar, which is truly very exciting. We are still waiting to watch that.
Yes, we are just in the halfway. One of another Erangel and 2 more Miramar matches are left yet to see. So here is DMZ Cyanide. They got total 22 points from this sole match, and just because they had 12 elimination and 10 for their chicken dinner. And overall, so far they got 35 points in total. And this is the match where they got the most of their points. And Nanu had 5 elimination, Ping Pong had 2 elimination, Flanky had 4 elimination, and Winter had 1 elimination. That proves that all of them had put their best effort in the fights, in the battle, and in the process to get the chicken dinner.
Well, it's really very difficult. It's really very challenging. Match elimination 12 match points is 22, and overall points is 35. Naku has also got few finishes point as well, and I don't think so. This will be very much doable as well. But right now, 12 by 12 elimination placement point is 10-1. Total points is 22 and 13 into their respective sides. So yes, it's pretty good.
Yep, the only difference they had just in the position point. Otherwise, the eliminations were same. The match ranking of this third match, we can see #1 is captivated by SDM's Cyanide with total 22 points. Savage is posed in the second position with 13. OPZ is in the third position with 12. And if we keep continuing with #4 to 8, V11 is posed, they have 11. TM7 they have 8. Game Over have 5. EQZ have 5. The West End have 4 total points from this particular match. And as we can see for #9 to #16, all these team have very far less elimination. Unfazed have only 4, DCM DMT has only 3, Estella has only 2, Morrigan has only 1, and remaining team has no elimination and no point at all.
Well, right now looking at the top fraggers, top got 6 elimination, Nanku got 5, Flanky got 4, Axim got 3, and Blanky, even he got those 3 eliminations. So yes, it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good battle coming out of nowhere, and the way they pulled it off was truly fantastic. So yes, let's see how they're going to perform in, and how they're going to play in alongside. But at the same time, Axiom and Blanky, they're also having good finishes point and a good conservation as well.
Yep, and if we try to look at the overall ranking of this match, actually of the total 3 matches, #1 is captivated by TM7 with total 51 points, total 24 placement, and elimination had total of 31. That is a great amount of elimination, far the highest than any other teams. #2 is captivated by SDMZ Cyanide team with total 35 points. Then we can see other teams as well. And if we try to see #9 to #16, all these teams have their particular total points starting from 11 to up to 1 and 0. That is VIP Iconic, DCM, OMT, the Western, they had 11, 10, and 9 in perspective. EQZ Esports, VE Detroit, and Morrigan, they also had their eliminations as well. The overall top fraggers of these matches, overall 3 matches, the #1 is secured by Eddie with 12 elimination. Anish has 9 elimination. Kara has 9. Mud has 9. Top has 8 elimination. And if we try to see their KD, it's 4.333 and 2.67.
Well, let's see. I think it's really very important for them as well, because now there are only three matches remaining. Match 4, 5, and 6, which is the next match of Erangel, and then again two matches of Miramar. So yes, let's see how it's going to be. Get a majorly 15 days plan, activate via Ooredoo app, and it's limited time offer. So yes, let's see how teams and players would play along.
Yep. So it is the time for us to take another short break because we are halfway here, and remaining remaining three matches are yet to be seen. Until then, everyone keep supporting. We will be just back after the break.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, coming back after a short break, and this will be the match number 4. And yes, again, it's me, Eagle, alongside this my co-caster, Atul onto the other side. Atul, this is the match number 4, again, the map of Erangel, but this time this is the last map of Erangel of the day. So, how much excited do you have for the again Erangel match?
I'm really excited, and as the first two Erangel matches were totally different at the matter of the zones, matter of the fights, and overall all strategies. We have seen how it would be happening if the last zone at near to the Milta Power. We have also seen how it would happen if the zone is quite near to the Zarki at the last. That means both of the parts has been covered today. So I won't be surprised if this match zone is revealed towards Fairy Fear or somewhere else like that at the later zones. But that's quite unpredictable because nothing is predictable in the field of PUBG Mobile Battleground. And yeah, here we can see the plane route has been started from the stall bar. It will eventually go and in toward Primost. Loads of the teams has been jumped off, and here we go. As I expected, the zone is totally near to Fairy Fear. Now, what would you say about my prediction here? That was totally a wild guess, but wow.
Uh, I think from next matches you have to only do the prediction the way you are pulling it off. That is truly great. But right now, nevertheless, looking at this zone, let's see how the zone formation will, allow the teams to come inside the zone and follow a good path over it. But right now, looking at some major drop clashes, I Poaching is one of them. In fact, looking at military base, well, this is also a tough region to carry out over there. So let's see how it's going to form up, how the players are, trying to take those strategies and momentum out there. But before that, I would love to, say everybody out there, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please go just do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support.
Yep, that's what you obviously need to do. Don't lack any effort in that at least, and you can enjoy the whole match afterwards. And here we can see another fight might be happening between the two same teams that we witnessed at the at the previous Erangel matches. And yeah, Morrigan is still here. They are trying to take fight against once again that other team, but none of them are quite much close to be able to deal some additional damage or get some knockouts. But it would be possible pretty soon, I presume. And before that, a lot of fights are happening between VE and Game Over Zeron. Game Over Zeron has already knocked two players, I think, from the opposing team, and their health is also very much low if I rely on the overall health bar on the right portion. And here we can see V Detroit, they're trying to take the fight against Game Over. And yeah, Game Over has totally destroyed this team. The last player from this team is Shady, trying to avoid the fight out, or not so. He managed to get a knockout, and two of the players just burst into him, got a knockout, but that was not it. That's not possible more than it, and he got eventually eliminated. VE Detroit, they are totally wiped out. They were the first team to get eliminated, and Game Over Zeron, they are totally surviving with 4 elimination.
Yes, totally 15 teams, so 60 remaining players. The way these teams are pulling it off, I think that's truly phenomenal. That's truly doable by the players and by the teams as well. But as we all know, this is just the start, this is just we are starting the game with a slow, a steady, a capitalizing process by the team and by the players as well. So yeah, now the question is that how you will be, capturing the game. Now the question is that how will you capitalizing the game because right now, looking at the current condition, I could find out a lot of chaos. I could find out a lot of clusters over here, and let's see how will those chaos and cluster will play over.
Yep, and now we can see DCM, DMT, they are right here. They are trying to loot over, and no players are quite much closer to them, but for sure there is a team that is almost quite nearby to them, and they are also moving to the forward location towards their way out. And they won't come to Pochinki real soon, as I can assume, because they are yet to be looting. They are totally left with their looting. They are totally not prepared to take any additional fights at the moment. They are moving towards these warehouses, these houses. Will they go there or literally escape that place? That will be seen later on. And for the moment, we can see here at the Rozok, DCM team is roaming around.
Yes, totally. It's pretty difficult to go on with 15 teams, so 60 remaining players. Let's see how will the team play on and how will be their strategies and momentum over here. But looking at the current condition, this is the stage when you have three and a half minutes remaining. So you have a pretty good time to get that loot and then acquire the and then move out and take those fights very relatively. But right now, Rozok Water region, okay, this region is quite slow, steady, that because the movements become very acquired enough. So let's see how the player's gonna pick it off.
Yep, this is the only place in Erangel I would say that literally slows your movement while looting, while taking fight, while doing anything you want to do. And until you are not taking any fight, it's good. But while you are taking a fight, it gives pretty much disadvantages to the players. And this is not really a common thing to see people fighting over that water region. So we won't be expecting it to see in this match either. And for the moment, we can see a Savage Esports. They are roaming around. They are switching places for the lookout of a better place, and maybe they want to take fight in inner deep. But will it be worthy for them or not? That has yet to be seen. And there is 2 minutes left for the next zone to arrive. Until then, we can see here Game Over Zeron. They had their 4 elimination. Now they are holding on to this place of school apartments, and no nearby enemies are there, so they can at least peacefully loot over this place.
Yes, totally. Looking at the current condition, 15 teams, 60 alive players. This is the stage one, and we have one and a half remaining. So it's really very important to go on with that same clarity and same doability. Game overs are on. Well, there are 4 men standing with those 4 finishes point into their side, almost on top 15 teams, and almost on top 60 remaining players. So yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good start coming out of nowhere. But right now, the finishes point which they have got and the way they are pulling it off, I think it's a good game to be carried on.
Yep, it is. And here we can see a fight happening between two teams somewhere, EST and any other team. And I think that's pretty close. Here we can see VIP Iconic taking the fight against EST. One of their teammate Van is knocked out, and remaining his two teammates are literally burging in with their vehicles, and the last player is trying to give cover from a distant place. And here Sage is totally overwhelmed by the sound of vehicles by those players, but Ayush is totally calmed over, trying to do some molly, trying to block the gateways, block the route so that players can't directly barge into them. But still, at the same time, there was multiple fights happening in the multiple portion of the map. And so far, we can see here Estrella. We are back to them, and they are still taking fight against Iconic. They have managed to get a knockout, but their teammate Sage is also knocked out. Ash is trying to retreat a bit, and in the meanwhile, Shai is trying to revive Sage, and she has been able to do so. Now there's another fight happening between Unfazed and EGZ, but what's going to happen, we will see now.
Yes, looking at the current condition, 15 teams, 57 remaining players. This is the stage when you have 7 seconds remaining, and this is very, very difficult. This is very, very unusual for the players and teams the way they are, pulling things off. But right now, as we all know, this is the early stage, so your player would take their time, take their momentum, and utilize the positionings as well. So yes, it's very usual to digest the things up and then move on. But right now, what I could see, players are taking a lot of time. That is not very much usual. And looking at the zone formation, this could be very difficult because we could see a lot of rotation clashes, a lot of bridge blocks or bridge camps, and I'm not talking about only military based bridge. It could be no and I could see some hunting around those water regions as well. So you have to be very careful with all the things that how you go on and how you get this positioning out there.
Yes, and we can already see that one team has captured the bottom of the military base, but other teams are quite confused, and actually not confused. Wherever they are rotating, they can see other players are holding off to those places. So the rotation, the road, the way, everything is blocked out at the moment, and the next zone could be even in main island, or even could be in military base island. So it could be even ferry pier, or it could be military base. So there's a 50-50 chances of both being right. So players are totally in a great problem, in a great disaster, that what they should actually do, because if they went to one place and the zone shifts to another, then they would obviously need to take a water rotation or bridge rotation, and by any means both of the rotation are heavily risky if other players are holding on to the opposite direction. So they have to do whatever they want to do very precisely, after thinking a lot, after analyzing the situation quite a bit, and after only that they can do anything they want to do.
Yes, the way they are pulling it off, the way they are taking those efforts, that's truly, truly great to watch out. 15 teams, 47 players, and now the final team have started those stuff, which is really very required, and which is really, really very necessary right now. Western Joker, Claws, everybody is getting those shots out there, and the region of bridge size, the region of those lighthouses will play a very vital role over here. You can use those region as guard region as well. But 42 seconds into the zone, that player inside, I could still condense the intensity of the match. 15 teams are still surviving. This is the stage 2, and there's just gonna be a hectic fights coming in.
Yep, this is the last segment, we have to prove it all. It is now or never, actually. So here, DCMT, they are trying to take a fight against DMT on their full potential. They have managed to give a lot of damage to the player, but still they are outnumbered. Other players are totally approaching them. K2 just arrived and immediately knocked this player off, and the remaining of his teammates are yet to arrive. They are trying to come here, but their teammates are already knocked out. So will they revive, or will they get fight? It's totally outnumbering, as I said before, and here we go. DCM, DMT, they have totally wiped this team off, and two of these players got 2 eliminations each, and that makes it 4 eliminations in total of their team. OPZ Esports, they are here. They got no elimination yet. In the previous matches, they have performed really well. Let's see if they can maintain their consistency. And in regarding the say of consistency, they just knocked out one player, and now they are ready to push inside of them. And one of their teammates is already close enough to throw a grenade, but still it is a great distance to be considered. But others have arrived with their individual vehicles. Now they are trying to throw more and more grenades. Even the DMT team is doing the same thing with the grenade, but that's not enough. They have to retreat a bit because if they don't do so, they will be totally overwhelmed by this team's pushing strategy.
Yeah, it's looking very difficult. It's looking really very challenging for the teams and for the players as well. But right now, 14 teams, 53 remaining players. Looking at the current condition, this grenade would make a chain. DCM, DMT. Well, they are getting those back-to-back shots, those back-to-back consistent aggression onto their sides, and those aggression, make the results out there. This is the very important question rising out. But before that, guys, the way these fights are going, if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. And I'm finding this very challenging, very difficult for the players. Shanu, oh my goodness, he was trying to get the shots. That was very unusual.
Shanu was totally confident about his skill, but the situation, the luck was not in his favor. That eventually led their whole team to get wiped out like this. And yeah, opposite got eliminated. They are unable to maintain their consistency for this match, but in the remaining last matches, we will see what they can do in the Miramar. And until then, game over. Zeron is here. Toma just eliminated one player from Zerzia, and okay, Zerzia is not yet fully wiped out. They have 3 of their players remaining. Here we can see Unfazed. They are trying to take fight against Zerzia. They just saw one knocked player and immediately eliminated that. Edhuru just got his first elimination here on, and there are fellow other players knocked out from Zerzia. They haven't been able to locate that player and didn't even finish that player. But the last player from this team is, for the moment, has no other way except to move away from the battlefield, because that last player need to survive and get some additional point, be it position point or be it elimination point for his team.
It's really very important. It's really very doable for the teams and for the players as well. The way they are putting all the efforts, the way they are putting all the doabilities into their side. It's not very usual for the teams and for the players, because what I believe that you have to be very much aligned. You have to be very much doable for the teams and for the uh, opponents as well, because the way they are putting all the efforts, I think. It's really very necessary to support your favorite team, support your favorite players, and pull the things off very nicely.
If you notice the zone, that is really disastrous for all the teams, because it is neither in ferry pier, neither in military base. It's totally in between in the water, and it's really hard to just capture any middle point of the zone at this moment. So whichever teams are in whichever position, they have to just hold on to their position and hope that they get lucky enough to get the zone in the next round of the zones. And yeah, there are a few players who are totally surrounding to these highest hills of current zone, and they could totally utilize this in their favor. And loads of other teams that are currently moving throughout the bridge of Novo or locating near to Novo, they have to now move around and get to the place of military base at least, so that they could easily move for the next round or next zones. But here we can see SDNZ. They wanted to go, but before that, they just witnessed one player from TM7. Now they want to just eliminate that player. Afterwards, they will think to get inside of the zone.
Yes, it's really very important. It's really very doable for the teams. 12 teams, 39 players are surviving, and the way they are pulling it off. This is the stage 3, and you have 1 minute remaining right now. And now you have to be very attentive, and now you have to be very be doable. But at the same time, 12 teams. 38 remaining players, 55 seconds is still left. They're still trying to initiate those fights, and now it's really honest. They're fighting with someone, but I don't know with whom they're trying to take those fights, because there's no one very close to them.
Yep, everyone is currently situated at very distant places, so that the fight is not direct, but obviously it's possible if they manage to deal additional damage from the distance from these places. EST team, they are still at the ferry pier, and close to them there's another team. They might need to take fight. Actually, not one team. Actually, there are 3 teams currently aligned one to another, and 2 of them are really far, too close to one to another. EST Shy just tried to do a grenade, and I think that was smoke actually. Just throw the smoke and trying to give their teammates some cover. And from this place, we can try to see Shai just got knocked out. EST Aish is trying to take a fight from the upper portion, but that player from West End, Joker just knocked out Aish, and others are in a great danger at the moment. Sage is the last player surviving from their team, trying to move from the other part, but being fired on by the West End.
Yes, it's very, very doable. It's very, very important for the teams to come up with the way they are pulling the stuffs out. Oh my god. Looking at the zone. Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at the zone. What it is and what it is up to. It's really, really very difficult for them to pull it on. It's really, really very difficult for them to take this stuff out there. And right now, look at the zone. I could find multiple teams outside of the zone swimming out. And it's truly very difficult.
Yep, there is no other ways left except to swim because there is no boat available for them to move around. And even if they try to do so, the other players on that other shore of the zone, they will for surely easily wipe them off by a single spray of their ammos, weapons, etc. And that zone just reminded me of the yin yang effect, if you know what I mean to say. It's half water and half ground, but the shape of it looks like yin yang and whatever it is. And now we can see here TM7. They are here trying to look forward to the hill portion. There is MRG team and other teams that are currently rotating, or at least not rotating. They are just moving around. But the zone will start to shrink after only 10 seconds. And those who are still outside of the zone, what is going to be happening to them? I'm just wondering about that.
Yes, you have to be very much protected enough. You have to be very much doable enough with all those things coming out of nowhere. 11 teams, 30 remaining players. This is the stage 4, and you have 50 seconds remaining, and things may change around. Madara, Anish, Venom, all of them are 3-man standing. But Karasu, there you go. What an amazing shot over there. And as we all know, this is the stage 4. So yes, from here to there, you could get a good game.
Yep, now we can see here game over Zeron. There are only 3 players remaining and they are literally swimming here. And with them, there's another player from DMT. Carnage is there. Then Ahupo somehow got a snow here and trying to take fire here. Literally trying to blow off the boats around, but before that, Unfazed, they have jumped off from the boat and now they are safe for the moment. But still, they are underwater. They have to get to the shore as soon as they can. Otherwise, some faculties, some casualties may occur to them. And here we can see Ahupo. He has no boat, nothing at all. All he have to do is now is to just do his hill battle part as long as he can do. And until that time, here we can see Anish is still outside of the zone, quite unable to get inside of the zone. And here VE Leonens, we can see here one player trying to locate others and even trying to look towards the water because there are a few players that could be hunted down by this angle.
Yes, totally. The way they are playing in, the way they are taking those efforts out there, it's really very important to go with that same intensity and same durability. But right now, oh, look at the zone formation. Look at the zone formation. 50% of the region is still inside the zone, and this is something really very different that we didn't expect it of. And now things may change on. Now, things may turn around because the teams who are coming from water region, they could be hunted down very easily.
Yep, now we can see a fight here. Easy, one team just got eliminated here or not, but VE, they are in total domination. They just secured another elimination from EZQ and EQZ. And here, there are lots of players are quite approaching towards DMT, Carnage. 2 players from Game Over Zeron, they are quite close to Carnage. Carnage got a good chance. He was able to hold on to his weapon, hold on to his M416, but he's constantly falling off from that rock portion. That is the only reason he's unable to take a fight, but still he's trying his level best to take the fight. But opponent team, they got a hold of the boat, they got a hold of a great coverage. They tried to take the fight, but in the process one of them got knocked out and Carnage is still intact, and another of them just got knocked out from the upper portion of the hill. And those players that are totally captivating these players, they are leaving no stone unturned towards getting more and more elimination from their advantage.
Yes, totally. The way they are pulling it off, it's not very much easy. 10 teams, 22 remaining players, and it's really, really very important for them to take the stuff out of it. MRG getting those finishes point from here. They are trying to make a good mark and get those finishes point, but it's not very, very much easy. It's not very, very much doable for them.
Yeah, this is a really small zone now, and still we are left with 9 teams, 20 players amongst these players. And yeah, they are continuously taking fight one against another. Everywhere there is third party, everywhere there is pressure, everywhere there is fighting going on at the same time. And here, Unfazed Ryan is trying to survive as much as he can. And from this angle, Billions, they just got a hold of opposing team. They tried to fire on them, but unable to do that. The empty Carnage finally got eliminated, and that led to the whole finishing of his team. And here we can see Violence, they are constantly throwing grenades and just knocked out Rain from Unfazed. And there is only last survivor of that team trying to revive Rain. He might be able to revive his teammate, but won't be able to survive for long because the zone is about to approach after 30 more seconds.
Yes, totally. 7 teams, 16 remaining players right now, and this is the final zone, final battle for the teams, for the players to go on with. And as we all know, this is the stage 6. You have 11 seconds remaining, so yes, you have to keep a calm. You have to keep a hold right now. Ping Pong, well, it's a good name. Well, he's surviving on those 5. Oh my God, M416, truly unphenomenal. But right now, the elimination has been done to Noob. And let's see how they're going to perform it off.
That fight was quite close, but when you are against MG3 and you are holding a M416, that's really hard to win against that fight, and that just happened with that player. And moreover, his other teammates were even pushing towards him, so there was no way that you could eventually stand for long. Here we can see just now Morrigan, they got eliminated at hashtag 4. Now we are left with top 3 teams, and amongst them Savage Sports 2 player is knocked out. The last one of them is surviving, and he's doing his level best to stick around to take the fight and get more elimination, or at least get the chicken dinner. But still, that's really tough for them to do so. And here V11s, they are totally in advantage from every form. They got the height, they got the manpower, they got everything they got, but not there in the zone. So the only thing they need to do is just to get rid of the opposing team that is in the zone, and then they're good to take the winner chicken dinner from here.
Yes, so totally 3 teams, 8 remaining players. This is the stage 7. You have 32 seconds remaining, and I think from here to there, it's not a big task. It's not a big doability for them. 3v2 battle is coming in action, and now you have to keep a hold, or you have to keep a doability.
Yep, even in the last zone, we just saw that VE team, they were trying to loot the airdrop. They just acquired the airdrop, and that was because they needed to get a fresh vest, fresh helmet, or even a potential better gun than they are holding. But whatever it is, Violence, they are totally packed up, and they are totally ready to get the chicken dinner. They are so serious about that. They are leaving no chances to be gone for good. And yeah, they have a tendency to spam fire on the smoke, just waiting for a peak, just waiting for a head to be seen, and consistently they are trying to move forward, and in the process they managed to get another knockout from there. And there's the last 2 players from this team, Savage Sports. They are totally behind the rock, behind the vehicle, trying to secure themselves, but before them, VE Leolens, they have arrived. One of them got just knocked out, and others, oh my god, Savage Sports, what they just did, they have totally stopped the push that they were being on. And here, there's the last player. Just like the other match, this player is outside of the zone. Now he has to do a heal battle, but he's out of the heal.
Oh my god, this is truly phenomenal. Savage FS Esports. They're totally on the fire, looking totally unstoppable. The way they are pulling the things off and the way they are playing it, that was totally undoable. But right now, this will be the end of the match number 4, which will be the map of Erangel. And yes, we really enjoyed the game, and yes, it was truly a phenomenal match coming out.
Yep, so we are done with the Sanok and the Erangel part. Now the last 2 matches are remaining. That's gonna be 2 Miramars simultaneously, and the Chicken dinner was savage. It was totally unexpected because the way they were being pushed upon, there was a less chance that they could survive, but still they hold on to their nerve. They were patient enough so that the opponent team could do the mistake and they could take the advantage, and that's what really happened. That is the reason Savage Sports got the chicken dinner and total 19 points. Among them, 9 was for their eliminations, and overall points they got 34 out of these total 4 matches. And yeah, here we can see the elimination stats from here. Top got 3 elimination, XZY got 1 elimination, Kude got 2 elimination, and A got 3 eliminations from this particular match.
Yeah, totally. 9 elimination, 19 points, overall 34 points into this game, which was truly, truly phenomenal. And now to the other end, 9 elimination by Savage. Alani got 8. 10 elimination points by SVG, and Eleni got 5, and 19 13 is the overall points.
Yep, the head race is not so much difference, but still it is what it is. And we can see the match ranking of this match. Hashtag 1 holding by Savage Sports. Then V11 is the second position with 13 points. Unfazed at the top 3. Then hashtag 4 goes to DCM DMT with 8 points. Same goes for Game Over Zero at hashtag 5th position. Then 6th position for Morrigan with 7. Then SO SDMZ Cyanide they got 6. The Western got 5 total points here.
Well, totally. Savage ESC 19, as you explained. Leonis is 13. F has faced 8, 8 by DC T 6 by SDMZ as well. Ether got 4 elimination. Opu got 4. Top got 3. E got 3 elimination. Orpheus got 3 elimination. So, yes, it was a pretty good game. If I talk about the top 5 fraggers, well, of this match. So, yes, they are the top 5 fraggers.
Yep, and the most survival time amongst them was for Ooredoo of 28 minutes and 30 seconds above. And here we can see overall ranking of total 4 matches, and TM7 they are still untouched. They are still at the top position with 53 points in total. Hashtag 2 is secured by V11 Esports. They are quite close right now at with TM7. The difference is only about 8 points. And hashtag 3 is SDMZ Sanet. They got 41 points. Savage Sports has 34, OPZ has 33, Game Over Zero has 28, Unfazed has 27, Estella has 18 points in total here. And if we try to see from hashtag 1 to 5th, all of them got winner chicken dinner except the second position team. And here we can see hashtag 9 goes to TCM DMT with 18 points. The Western got 14 points. VIP Iconic they got 13, Morrigan got 12, EQZ got 9, V Detroit has 7, DCM Zerzia and DCM Gilead they got 2 and 1 point. So we can say that DCM are totally not in shape. Both of their teams are totally underperforming at a very bad rate.
Yes, totally. Looking at the current condition, DC DMT got 18, 14 by even West End, 13 by VIP Iconic. Morrigan got 12, 9 by EQZ Esports, 7 by Detroit. Exedia got 2, and Delete got 1 into their side. So yeah, it was a pretty good game coming in. We really enjoyed that. But overall, top 5 fraggers: 12 by Eddie, 11 by Top, Anish 11, Kara 11, and Math got 11.
Yep, and the carry ratio highest goes to the first overall fragger holder. And now we are done with our top with our first 4 matches, and we can see which teams got chicken dinner in which match. 4 of the matches got chicken dinner by 4 different teams. We will see that any of the teams could retry and re-get the chicken dinner in upcoming matches or not. And don't forget to try that Get Maggie's 15 days plan. That is limited time offer, obviously, so activate it via Ooredoo app.
Yeah, totally. If you want to do so, you can go and check out those stuffs as well. But at the same time, guys, we would going for a short break. After that, those 2 matches of Miramar is on the line, on the verge. Very soon we would be coming with those matches. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us.
Girls with their nails done, I met the girls girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, guys, so we're back once again after the break. Now it's time for the fifth match that is going to be in Miramar, and this is the second last match to be specific. So get ready for the unwavering battle of these teams. And if you didn't like yet, make sure to hit that like button. Don't be so miserable about liking. Don't be so lacking towards that. And obviously, keep supporting your teams in the comment section. I can already see loads of you are supporting your teams, and that is really glad to be seeing. Okay, the match has already started, and we will pretty soon see the plain route of these matches. And you can do your wild guesses where that zone might lead to, where the plain route might arrive into. So those are the stuffs to be seen. This is me at casting with you, Atul, and with me there is Eagle. He will be back within few minutes. Until then, I will be holding over the match. And yeah, here we can see the plane route has been started from the portion of Campo Militar. It will eventually lead from Los Leones and every other places and eventually in towards Pertona.
Yes, totally. Let's see how these fly paths will play a very vital role. But right now, looking at the current condition, I could see starting from those northeastern parts of the region, ending on the southwestern parts of the region, a good fly path is coming down the lane, and it's really, really, very important to see, how these fights are taking place, how these actions are taking place. Los Leones, Pecado, San Martin, all these regions will play a very, very vital role.
Yep, and the first zone has been revealed. That is in the center of Pecado and Graveyard, quite near to those places. And there are few teams that are going towards Los Leones. At least 2 to 3 teams are going to be in landing into Los Leones, and others are currently moving apart from into the other directions from the plane route. And here we can see teams TM7. They are totally here. Near to Jacinta del Petron, and they have no unwanted guests, no unwanted drop clashes at the moment. They are totally looting around, but they might be having a lack of some loot because all of them are holding VSS or DMRs, but no auto gun I can see yet. I think one of them just got Scarl, and others are still holding on to their DMRs. And yeah, there's a fight happening between MRG, Morrigan's, and EQZ. Morrigan's just knocked out one of EQZ's player. We will move towards them there very soon and see what's going on here.
Oh my god, it's truly, truly very phenomenal. It's truly, truly very doable to take out these fights at this moment. Because early fights, those drop clashes always give you a lot of pleasure. It may be very, very doable, or it may be very, very challenging for you or your team. So let's see how it's going to be for the players and for the teams. But right now, I find it a bit difficult and a bit challenging as well. Because if you lose, I think you're going to lose a lot of things. You're going to lose one of that match.
Yep, now for the moment, MRG Nahe is trying to heal up from the additional damage he just received, but there is no medkit or first aid for his part to fasten up his healing procedure. But the fact is that no players is approaching him real soon. That is the reason he can at least chill out and heal until he needs the time. And so as goes for EQZ, 3 of their players has been eliminated. Gojo, Devin, and White, all of them are done for. But Geto is the last player from their team, and he's barely he's trying his level best to survive from this place, but no vehicles available at the moment, not even a bike, not even a buggy, nothing at all. So he have to just roam around until he gets a vehicle to move around, at least to secure his skin off.
Yes, totally. This is the stage one, and they have 16 teams, 61 players remaining. Let's see how they're gonna get the game. Let's see how they're gonna get the battle over here. It's not very much easy for the players and for the teams as well. But right now, it's truly difficult. DQZ Esports, which is a very, very good team. How will they play on? How will they go on? We have to see that.
Yep, for the moment, DCM Zarzia, they're totally lagging behind at the point table. When they will rise, when they will get their performance on point, that is the thing to be seen. DCM delete. Same things goes for them as well, but apparently one of their teammates is just now got knocked out, and three of them are totally confused what to do. One of them, Shemido, is in totally in the open field, and he might get fired upon from both of the hills, on from his right, on from his left. He has no secure place to go. He should get inside of this cover as soon as he can, but he is constantly trying to change his location, trying to do something, trying to revive his teammate. But will he be able to do so? For the moment, they have thought that there is no threat. They are planning to revive his teammate, but barely he knows that if he try to just move forward, that the time that when the opponents will start fighting again.
And totally, we have to look for that as well. This is the stage one. You have three and a half minutes remaining. And as I'm repeating again, guys, if you're watching the stream, you have to just go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and you have to do show your support as well. But looking at the current condition, this is just going to be something very different. This is just going to be something really, really very challenging. And right now, you have three and a half minutes remaining, and from here, it's a tough task to going in with. You know that how you'll get those finishes point and how you'll get those momentum as well.
Yep, for here we can see a fight between Detroit and the opposing team. They are finally moving forward, trying to take the fight. Here the last player surviving from DCM delayed is DLT dead, but how much can he survive? Let us see just that. One of the player from the opposite is just approaching very closely, and immediately he blew the final blow, and for that DLT has been totally wiped out at hashtag 16 position. Here this is the first team to get eliminated. Now we are left with remaining 15 teams consisting of 57 players in total, and DCM Zarzia, they got no elimination yet, but they are moving around, they are looting around, and for the moment I can assume that they have got a good loot. It's just time for them to take a fight and win against it.
Oh my god, let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how they are planning up to keep the things up. This is the stage one. You have 2 minutes remaining. And right now, Toko, well, they're waiting in for the right moment. You have 1.5 minutes remaining. And after that, a new zone shrink, some new challenges, some new difficulties will abide down you, will challenge you up. And after that, things may change around. After that, things may turn around. But here, you have to keep a calm, you have to be very composed, and you have to be very, very doable as well.
Yep, now DCM Zarcia, one of their players just got knocked out, and as I have seen so far, yeah, this is the player of their team that gets a knockout pretty fast, and if he don't work on his survival instinct, that might always get his team to a very bad position, bad shape, and bad condition. So whatever that is, apart from that, there's a Venom and others are trying to approach the enemy, but the enemies are upside of the hill, upstairs of the hill. They got a height advantage from that place. So that means if they try to fire, it will be easier for them to hit those headshots and get those knocks out faster than anyone can ever imagine. DMT's players just eliminated and secured their knocked players elimination, but one of them is also knocked out by this team, DCM Zarzia. Let us see who's gonna win from this battle here.
Yes, totally. We have to look forward for that as well, and we would love to see how these battles are taking place, how these battles are going to, play a very vital role. But right now, looking at the current condition, things may change around. Right now, looking at the current condition, things may differ down a bit, and one wrong move, one wrong concession out there, I think you will lose a lot of things. So yes, so you have to keep a compose, you have to keep that mindset at how will you able to get those finishes point from here, and you have to maintain that consistency as well. So losing fights, winning fights, it's a part of the game, but playing along at their side with that same teamwork and same coordination, communication is most important thing.
Yep, and the Western they are still holding on to this place, and we can see that next zone that has been shifted, and the center of the zone is currently near to La Vendita. But the fight might be happening near to Impala real soon, and eventually towards the other parts of Los Leones, MRJ. They are totally in the center of Los Leones, totally safe. But anytime unwanted guests might approach them, and here DCM's fight is yet to be seen. Is there against Zarzia, and one of DMT's players they have burst into Zarzia with their vehicle and managed to get a knockout. DMT's K2 has been knocked out, and DMT also managed to knock Zarzia's player. So the fight is having head to head here. Let us see who's gonna get the most elimination and who's going to survive from this place. And for the moment, we can see Ahupo is got has got a pretty height advantage here, pretty heightest space, heightest location from there, and trying to take the fight against these players.
Yeah, totally. We have to look forward for that as well. The way they are pulling out those fights, the way they are pulling out those action is really, really very important to see how these finishers point will take place. 15 teams, 54 remaining players. You have to keep that. You have to keep those positionings and holdings. Oh my God! Within a snap, the elimination of two players has been done, and the now last Lone Ranger has been surviving. Let's see what he could do.
Yep, the fight is being really swift as heck, and here we can see Zazie Exodus is the last one surviving. But the DMT, luckily, they have managed to revive all of their teammates. None of them have been eliminated. Now they still have a chance to just barge in, do a 4v1, and wipe up Zarzia completely.
Yeah, truly, 15 teams, 53 remaining players. This is the stage 2, and you have 1 minute remaining. And now the things may change around. Now the things may differ around because the way they're pulling the fights, the way they're pulling the battle is really, really important to see how those fights will take place. DMT is having a good angle, will be able to make those positionings. This is really important. 46 seconds remaining, and now it's truly difficult for them to move out from there. You have to win this fight in San Martin Hacienda region anyhow.
Yep, TMT Carnage is knocked out, but can he survive? Can his teammate revive him or not? For now, it is really possible to revive him easily because there is no much players left in Zarzia DCM to charge against them. So they are totally doing good, and their fellow other teammates are also approaching them. They are trying to be getting unified. They are trying to get united here. And I just saw another team quite near to them, if I was not wrong to see it, so they might also approach them anytime soon to do a third party. And here we can see game over Zeron. They are also moving from the way out of graveyard. They are quite moving, and no other players are near to them except one team was behind them, who they just have left here. And yeah, Icon team, what I was just expecting, another third party team, they have arrived, and Icon team is the one that has arrived, and as soon as they arrived, they have managed to get a knockout from DMT. So now there's three team, sole players surviving from DCM Zarzia and remaining players from both of those teams.
Yes, totally. I think the way it is putting all the efforts out there, I think it's really very important to see the finishes, the fights over there, and keep the hold, keep the calm, and we have to be very composed and patient at the same time.
Yep, here we can see TMT7 holding on near to the stairs, and yeah, he's trying to push forward. He clears it. No, it was a player. They are very well informed about the location of the player, and here we go. One of them got knocked out, but the other one was on time and immediately finished off the last player from DCM Zarzia, which makes their 4 elimination complete, and the whole team of DCM Zarzia got eliminated over there.
Yes, totally. Looking at the current condition, Team West End, Foreman standing with a 0 finishes point, almost on top 14 teams, almost on top 52 alive players. This is the stage 2, and the way they are pulling out the efforts, I think it's truly, truly phenomenal. It's truly, truly very doable. And now the question is that iconic Ash, they are waiting in a good angle over there. TMT, I think they are unknown to the position.
Icon Ash is trying to get a perfect perspective from here. He also got Mini 14 and 8x, which is a great combination for any DMR user. So I can assume that he might get few elimination over through the matches if he is lucky enough, if he gets the perfect chance to do so. And until then, we can see our VA Leolans. They have really well played in previous matches. Now let us see what they are gonna do in this Miramar match. But unfortunately, they have already lose one of their teammates, but remaining three are surviving. We can see the zone here that is quite center of three places, that is Labinita, Los Leones, and Impala. In between of three places, the center zone is captured by TM7.
Yes, totally. Now looking at the current conditions, looking at the zone formation, it's really very important. It's really very doable for the teams to move inside the zone accordingly and get the position and get the areas over there. This is the stage 3. You have 1.5 minutes remaining. Team TM7 getting those shots very rightly, and from here to there, how they could go on, this is the question arising.
Yep, TM780 is holding here with his mini M24 and 8x. One shot if he could get to the head of the enemy, and if he is wearing level 2 helmet, that will be a clear knockout for him if he can do so. And here we can see OPZ, they are trying to take fight against rotating moving vehicles of any enemies they could possibly locate here or sense here. Yeah, they have no elimination yet, but they got good amount of loot, I hope. TM7, they are getting overwhelmed by Game Over Zerom. They just knocked two of their players. They are Savage Sports are holding here, trying to take a fight against OPZ. Let us see what's gonna happen here.
Yes, totally. You have to keep a calm. You have to keep a good composition out there. This is the stage 3. And now, what I could believe that you have 34 seconds remaining. So yes, from here to there, this could be a very tough, this could be a very chasing task. QA has been taken down, and now it's truly difficult for you to go on.
Yep, just now Unfazed Rain has looted a airdrop somewhere in the map, and here the fight is being happening between Savage and OBZ. Both of the teams are trying to utilize their grenades, trying to showcase their grenading skills over this place, and in the process they are quite going close one to another. TM7 just got getting eliminated at some other portion of the map, but here OPZ, three of them is knocked out, one of them has been already eliminated, the last one is surviving. Vasanthi is trying to take the fight, trying to barge in, but in the same time she has to keep her back safe and also the back of his teammate, trying to revive her teammate here, but the molly is about to arrive from the player. That was a perfect molly to be specific, and that's really too perfect. There is no gateways left for the team to escape from, and OPZ got totally eliminated by Savage Force.
That was a great game coming in and a great battle as well. But right now, from here to there, how could you move on with that same durability and same potentiality? This is the question arising. 12 teams, 42 remaining players. This is the stage 3, and you have 32 seconds remaining. One wrong move and a lot of things could be changed. One wrong move and a lot of battles could be changed. Let's see how you're going to plan out the things.
Yep, the zone is about to be shrunk down totally within 14 more seconds, and after that we can see the stage 4 of this Miramar, the first Miramar of today, and after that there is only one Miramar left. So this is the warm-up, or actually this is not even warm-up. They have already played four matches consecutively. They are totally in their best form. But according to the route, according to the site of Miramar, their strategy is gonna be a little different. The fighting strategy is gonna be a little different. They have to maintain their plan. They have to move along with their plans, and they have to succeed in their fights for sure in order to get the best of these matches.
Yes, totally. Looking at the current condition, this is the stage 4. You have 1 minute remaining into your side. Let's see how they're planning up to the. Let's see how they're planning up the things. But right now, this is the stage 4, and how will you play along? This is the question arising. Some shots are being delivered out, some shots are being chased out. You have to keep that calm. You have to be a bit composed at that moment. West End, if I talk about this team, Joker, Colossus, Sasuke, all of them are 3 men standing with this one finish point, which is pretty good to be taken care of. And right now, from here to the end zone, which from 4th zone to the 6th, 7th zone, to play along is the most important thing.
Yep, the West End has lost one of their teammates, but remaining 3 are trying to take a fight against these players. Icon has already came quite near to them, and there are loads of fight happening in the other parts of the zone.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done now.
Close your eyes.
Okay, guys, so we're back after the break. There was a technical issue in the previous match, so we couldn't finish it off totally. But now we are back with total spirit, total enthusiasm, and we are ready to witness the final match of today's six match. That is once again another Miramar. This is me with you, Atul, and with me is Eagle. He will be right back after he is done with his task. And until then, I will be holding on to this match. And hold your seats, get ready. Please kindly once again like to the stream and keep supporting us, keep supporting your teammates, and be patient while watching the match. And as we can see, the match has been started. The plane route goes from Pertona, which will eventually in towards La Cobreria. So this is a kind of tricky plane route because we have seen most of the teams to go towards Los Leones, Impala, Tierra Bronca, Campo Militar, etc. places. So according to this plane route, it will be much harder for them to roam around to get into their destinations. So as far as we can see, they might need to just land off to somewhere closest to them. And here, a few players has already jumped off from the plane near to Pertona. Much teams are visible here, and rest of them might jump off when they think it's good for them too. And yeah, uh, as much as we can see here, near to Valadimir, there is VE team, there is a West End, MRG, then more other teams that are going towards their particular destinations. Los Leones is going to be once again filled with players such as MRG and fellow other teams. Here near to Pecado, there are kind of crowd as well, but the plane route, once again, it goes in between of Pecado and Los Leones. That means the players don't need to hassle around that much as we might have suspected to do. But the Pertona's place that is being crowded right now, even nearby places are surrounded by players. So here might be quite a lot of fights happening. And same goes for near to Hacienda del Petron. So we will be seeing here VE Detroit. They are quite close to the road and they already got their initial weapons here and they are totally moving around. They are surrounded by few other teams. So they might need to take fight against them. Until then, they are good to go here. The West End, they have no unwanted drop clashes nearby. It's all them here near to Chumacera. They are looting around, they are roaming around, and they are good to go. So 1 minute and 40 seconds approximately is remaining for the next zone to arrive. Until then, Claws and others are looting and they are really uh, just chilling around. So no worries for them. And there is not even a single fight until now, even though so many players were crowded near one to another. If we try to see DCM delete, they are here as well, but they are not also surrounded by any players, any teams. DCM, DMT, same goes for them as well. They are also just roaming around, looting around. EQZ, they have got their initial loot here. Og and S12K is holden by Devin here. So this is a good combo. Until you don't have a DPS and M416, this is a perfect alternative for that combo. Until we can see here ESTIO, he doesn't have kind of perfect loot yet. He has Uzi and Thompson. That is not a good combo. He will for sure need a DMR and auto spray gun for the most best performance. Game over. The way they are approaching, they might take a fight against DCM Gilead. They are here and they are about to be over by the Ranger, but unfortunately he had no auto gun. Actually he had, but before he could switch into it, game over. Zeron has totally wiped this player off and his fellow other remaining teammates are at the front and game over. Zeron might have noticed that and they are ready to go towards the place. They are on their full speed trying to move forward, but they are having some internet difficulties as I can presume by looking onto their movement and they are lagging. Okay, but the fight is still happening between DCM. They mercilessly left their teammate behind. They had no other choice. They had to save their own team. They have to just somehow survive. So they left one of their teammates and went for the safe zone. And while as game over, they have secured 2 eliminations from DCM delayed. And here, one of their teammates is also knocked out. That is being revived by Toma. They are now good to go. They will heal and move from this place as soon as possible. But DCM Dilis, another player has been eliminated. Now the last player from their team is surviving there and trying to do something. DCM Zarzia Toko is here trying to move forward. They are already pinning towards DCM's last player, Delete. DCM Delete's last player. So whatever they do, they have to be really careful because on the right portion, on the right side of them, there might be other teams that would be approaching them very soon. Here, Savage Sports, they are also moving around with their particular vehicle. Two of them are in the vehicle, two of them are in the houses. So 3 minutes remaining. The zone has already started to shrink. After the time ends, we can see where the next zone shifts into. Here we can see they are not waiting. They have decided to go somewhere else and they are consistently moving, consistently changing their location from one place to another. For the moment, XZY, he has Scarl and combination of DBS. He's not having much of consumables items, not much of throwables items either. So this is a matter of concern for them to be well utilized, well equipped before taking any fights, because those smokes, those throwables will obviously save them a time and will make them to do some additional damage to the foes. And yeah, here we can see SDMZ, Cyanide team, Ping Pong and fellow others are looting. Then TM7, they have arrived to Hacienda del Patron's portion. They are trying to look forward to the other houses that if there is any player or not. And after analyzing the environment, now they are going to be unified. And here we can see unfazed, without taking any fight, without getting any opportunity to take a fight, they are holding off to their usual places wherever they are. DE Leolens, we can see them here trying to climb up the hill portion. And okay, that is quite good. They have smoothly reached the top of the hill. They are moving around here. In the meanwhile, Morrigan, they are also here. And four of them is alive. They are looting. Wally 300 has Mini 14 and M416. That's a good combination for him. And yeah, he can do lots of things with this. And M4 equipped by 4x. That is my personal favorite, to be specific. But I think it's Willie's favorite as well. That's the reason he is using it. And here we can see DCM DMT. They are also going for their next destination because the zone is not very near to them. They are currently near to the water treatment, but they have to move towards their next location as early as possible. 1 minute only remaining. After that, we can see where the stage 2 shifts into. Here we can see Team VIP Iconic. They are also here. They are getting 2 buggies and CRB at the moment, and that is quite enough for them to move around. And here we can see the West End. They are also here. This match is particularly really slow paced because no team is actually taking fight. It's been a lot of while, but still no team is totally eliminated. But there was a team that was severely damaged, severely lose their teammates, and that is only DLT. Only one of them is surviving, and VE team, they just lose one of their teammates. But remaining every other team has their full players remaining on point. The Western Joker and his teammates is rotating. Black and others are at the front. Here we can see Nanu trying to take a fight against Westin. DMT7 just eliminated, DLT dead. And the fight is still remaining between the Westin and Cyanide. Hashtag 16 team eliminated, that is DLT. The last one was surviving, but he couldn't survive anymore. Eventually he had to get eliminated in either way. Now there's a fight happening between these two teams, Western and SDMZ Cyanide. Both teams got few damage from the opposing teams. DMT, DCM, they are still here. There is 2 teams actually. Okay, DCM, Zarzia, they are trying to fight. DCM versus okay, DMT. K2 just knocked one of these team players, and here we go. Vanier also got knocked and finished. One by one, all of them are getting eliminated. The last player of their team is Exodus, who is quite far from his fellow other teammates, but not too much far. the empty team, if they just keep searching for him, they will easily get a hold of him as well. And if they manage to do so, that will be the complete extinction of DCM Razia. Okay, so Exodus was totally run over, pulled over by Buggy, but still somehow managed to dodge it. But the other players didn't let him go. And eventually, DC and Zarzia, they are totally eliminated at hashtag 15 position. Now we can see here VE Leonens and SDNZ again. Okay, SDNZ is currently busy taking fight against West End. They have managed to get one knocked out, but one of their teammates is also knocked out. The others are taking fight among themselves, and here we go. West End Sasuke just knocked out their ping pong and immediately eliminated him as well. So West End is uh, surviving with 4 players, but at the last released moment, there's a team that just arrived and immediately finished off this player, and this team is totally trying to approach the West End, but Sasuke has no other ways except to retreat few steps, and now he's trying to do a grenade against those other players. Will he be able to deal the knockout or not? Let us see just that from here. Okay, Sasuke just got knocked out from the other part, and Western's Joker just eliminated another player from here. But Joker is the sole survivor of his team, and pretty soon he's going to be charged by those other players, and that won't be a good news for him. But he's aware that it is gonna be happen. It is quite inevitable. Okay, Winter is trying to take fight once again, trying to climb up the hill, but at the same time he's being fired upon from the behind, and from the front he's also in danger. Here we go. By stucking in between two teams, he got eventually eliminated. Now OPZ, they have entered as a third party, trying to take fight against V Leonans. Both of the teams are quite getting closer one to another, and anything could happen in between them, as already we saw that they were taking a fight, so they are already damaged. That could be advantage for that other team. And here TM7 Kalpo is holding off. His none of his teammates are knocked out, but if we try to see for unfazed, 2 of their players has been eliminated already. Edhuru and Tusun are the last 2 players that are surviving from here. Stage 2 is running out, and the time for stage 3 to arrive is only 1 minute and 37 seconds at the moment. Here we can see OPZ is posed, high jump, he's getting severe damage from the front. There's a team that is V Leonens, they are not holding off, they are taking fight with every team they could possibly witness here. Okay, so Bogobi is trying to move towards some another direction, and here we go. Bogobi got knocked out. There might be some fire from the front from OPZ, and Bogobi is trying to retreat as much as he can, but the time he's trying to do so, he might get eliminated eventually from the other part of this place. Here we can see OPZ Hizam, he's here, Blank is also here, trying to get closer to VE Leonels. But can he get elimination? Okay, that was a knock player. He got secured. He's trying to take a fight against the last player of the team, but he eventually managed to get inside of the cover, and he's still trying to survive as much as he could do. Madeline trying his level best, but I don't think he could possibly surpass these players because they are totally getting wilder, and that was I was saying. OPZ, they have totally blew off the team L and E VE Leonels, and here we go. We are left with top 11 teams consisting of 39 players in total. And there's only 15 seconds left for the stage 3 to arrive. And after that, the fight is going to be more intense and intenser by the every minute, by the every zone that we encounter. Here we can see V Detroit. They are going towards somewhere else. And this is the last player of his team. So he has decided to stay here because for the moment this place is safe. There is no other players in this house. So what else could stop him from waiting here? Okay, we can see Luffy and others from VIP team. 4 of them are in rotation. They have witnessed the next zone. They are trying to move for the next zone. We don't know where the zones are, but we can assume where they could
Yes.
be. Okay, so Eagle is back. Now we will be enjoying the match together once again.
Yes, totally. I've been enjoying the match from the back end, and I hope the technical issue which which happened earlier has now been solved, and again we are back in action. So yes, currently talking about this particular match, which will be the last match of the day, I guess. 11 teams, 39 remaining players, and this is the stage three. You have 1.5 minutes remaining, and the way these teams are playing, they're taking their time, and it's the last match, so I believe that they must go in with that all-in approach with all the efforts, all the teamwork out there. But right now, this is the stage three, and you have 1 minute remaining into your side.
Yep, now we can see Estella. They are moving around. Four of them are intact, no additional damage, but they are full of loot. They are ready to get their hands on any opposing teams. But there is a fight that happening towards another part of the zone, and we will really soon move towards there. We can see our VIP and Savage Esports.
Yes, totally. 11 teams, 38 remaining players. This is a great battle coming in. This is a great aggressive battle coming in. Jay has taken one more player down. He's taking one by one players down very, very nicely. And the way they're putting the efforts, the way they're taking those finishes, Born, I think that's truly what is required. But right now, 11 teams, 13 players. Jay is still on there. So yeah, we can fire them as well. Those shots have been taken. The way are integrating those fights, that's truly, truly phenomenal.
For sure, it is. Here we can see VIP Iconic, they are totally kind of unstoppable, but in the process, they have, in the heat of the moment, in the over commitment, they have pushed three of their teammates one by one. Now, the last player remaining in their team is Nan. What will he do? That we will see that. And from here, Savage Esports, they also have the last soul survival. Both of the teams, stakes are high. Situation is really tricky, and only one team will survive from here because both teams have the last survivors of their side. And here we can see Van trying his level best to throw those grenades, try to connect those grenades, but at the same time he's getting beaten from the back. There's the third party, I hope so, but how will he overcome that? Okay, from the front there's the other team that are trying to push them, and for the moment Icon Van just blow the final blow with his grenade, finally succeeded to avenge his teammates. Now it is time for him to move towards the zone.
Yes, that was truly, truly phenomenal to taken care of. But right now, the way they are pulling it off, right now, the way they are taking those fights, that's really required because I could see 10 teams, 32 remaining players, and it's very important to see, how you engage the disengagement, how you control the fascination, how you move on with that same temperament. Because sometimes when you make the fight, sometimes you lose the fight. It's difficult to carry the same temperament. So yeah, there's always a change in temperament required.
Yep, here we can see DCM, DMT. Four of them is alive with additional 5 elimination in total. Top 10 teams, 32 players are remaining in total here. And the next zone has already shifted, stage 4 zone. I hope it will be somewhere in middle, but quite far from DCM, DMT. So they have to move from this place as well. They are already in their vehicle trying to get to the zone as soon as early as possible from here.
Yes, totally. 9 teams, 31 remaining players. This is the stage 4. And right now, I could see a tough contendership between these teams, between these players. The way they are engaging the fights, the way they are taking those fights at this current moment. And yes, it should be somewhat like that only. Oh, too soon has been taking some shots. 120-meter inside the zone. This is the stage 4, and it's really very important for you to get inside the zone and get those positionings very rightly.
Yep, it is, and here we can see Unfazed, they are also trying to get inside of the zone, but it's quite far, not that much, but the position they are in, they might get fired from EST, and already they are being fired from that place, and now they have to just get out of the vehicle, just try to think something else. His driver is damaged and not letting go of his seat, not letting go of his control over the vehicle. Now both of them are trying to move for the zone by doing a hard rotation, be it even though outside of the zone. Now they are quite close to the zone, but still a long way to go. After 10 seconds, this zone will also start to shrink, yet they are still 74 meters away from the zone. They have to get inside of the zone, but before that, Too Soon's teammate Ooredoo is trying to do that same thing, but he might get involved in the fight with EST.
Yes, totally. 9 teams, 31 players. As we all know, this is the stage 4, and the way the players are moving in, the way teams are moving in, they are taking their good time. They're taking the comfort zone into their side, which is totally very much required. But this is the stage 4. You have 30 seconds remaining. And after that, there will be a slight zone shrink, and players will be moving into the next zone very soon. But right now, what I could see a lot of situation. I could see a lot of tough challenges coming out of nowhere.
Yep, here we can see EQZ's pose. Devin is here trying to look forward for OPZ. He's trying to take fight against them. But OPZ, they have no other choice except to come here because were outside of the zone. The zone is constantly approaching them. It's being closed on. So OPZ has arrived and Devin's grenade has done additional damage at the second nade. Just ensured his knockout here. But in order to ensure his knockout into confirmed elimination, he has to throw more and more grenades and molly. He is really onto that, and it is the time he should move outside of this place and try to take a fight. Hashtag 9 team got eliminated. That is VE Detroit. They are eliminated, and now we are left with top 8 teams consisting of 30 players. All around the place there is enemies all over, and whatever they do, whichever team are moving, they have to be really careful. Otherwise, anytime they are not attentive enough, and they might get eliminated anytime.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch these fights against these teams. So PZ Esports having that grenade, 3 players are coming in. Will that grenade make more than one connection, or not even a single connection? None of the players were very close. Just taken one player down. Cover fire by Blanky was too sharp. Taking those 2 players down very, very, very instantly. That was true terrific of him.
Yep, now we can see here EQZ. And Gojo is trying to throw grenade. 3 of his teammates are knocked out. Now he's the sole survivor. He has to take the fight. He has to revive his teammate. All of the pressure is on his sole shoulders. Can he just overcome the pressure, or he will get overwhelmed by it? That's the thing to be seen. For the moment, he has been able to revive his teammate, and eventually he's taking a great fight against his team. Already managed to deal a massive damage. One shot and his base player will be knocked. Eventually got him knocked out. One of his teammates who were revived also has managed to heal himself. And now they were about to take the fight, but OPZ, they totally overwhelmed the team and managed to fully wipe them off.
Yeah, yes, that was a great game coming in. 26 seconds are still remaining. This is the stage 5, and I find it really, really very challenging by the teams, by the players, how they are pulling it off, how they're actually making it happen and possible. But right now, you have to keep that calm. Right now, you have to keep that hold and then bring along the side with that same durability and same consistency. 7 teams, 17 remaining players. Marjorie really caught, getting those points very tightly. Oh, mini 14 into his hand, just picking it off very nicely. And now the question is that how will you win this fight, because there's third party coming in.
Yep, they are already surrounded by third parties, and all of the teams are just waiting for a great opportunity so that they could steal other elimination and make their way out easily into the zone. And as I can see through the mini map, all of the teams are outside of the zone for the moment, but yet they are really close to the zone. But in order to reach that closest safe position, they have to struggle for a bit. And here, Unfazed, they are the only team that are quite close to the zone, but remaining other teams are far away. Here we can see Estella, they are taking fight against Unfazed here, trying to throw Molly. Both of them are trying to throw Molly against one another, but none of their Molly connected to any of them. Now EST Ayu, the last survivor of her team, just retreated for a bit in order to save herself.
Totally, looking at the current condition, it's difficult for them to move on. 7 teams, 13 remaining players. The intensity of the lobby looks quite tough and quite difficult as well. Let's see how will they move on, with what consistency and with what doability. But right now, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because as I always say, your support is really very important. So yes, if you're watching the stream, please do show your support.
Yep, now we are just watching that Morrigan. Zadi just got knocked out from here. K2 and others are trying to take fight from DCM DMT. they managed to knock one player out, but unable to secure the elimination. And Morrigan, they just secured one elimination from the side. Now there's the last three teams remaining to take the fight. Actually, it's four teams, but Unfazed, they just got eliminated quite outside of the zone. He was severely damaged and moreover were taken off by those other teams. Now we are left with top three teams: Morrigan, Game Over, and DMT. Let's see who's gonna get the winner chicken dinner from this match.
Yes, we would love to see how these winner chicken dinners are coming in play, how they're actually taking those fights, and how they're including those angles very rightly. But right now, DMT, well, they're totally very much ready. Having a pretty good height advantage will also give him a good boost. Also give him a pretty good plus point as well. But at the same time, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please just go to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support, and as I've always said to you, your support is really very important for us. Your feedbacks are really very important for us. But which team will win, you can comment in the chat section, live chat going on.
Yep, the result is quite tricky because as we were unable to show you that because of the technical issues, even we don't know who's in the tabletop at the moment, and so does for you. But you can still support your team. You can still guess who might be at the tabletop of this round because this is the last match, and after this, the result that will be the sum of total all 6 matches, and that is the final result for today. So let us see who's gonna be at the top of this result. And before that, let us see who's gonna get the chicken dinner from here. Because it's a 3v3 1 situation. TMT Carnage is outside of the zone, severely damaged. Actually, Rolex was outside of the zone. He got damaged and eventually knocked out by those players. Now, Morrigan, they are trying to take the fight between DMT, and now we are left with, I guess, top two teams. And this is between Morrigan and okay, and this team DMT. Let's see who's gonna get the chicken dinner.
Yes, we would truly love to see how these chicken dinners are coming and by which team actually these chicken dinners are coming in. Two teams, two remaining players, the way they're pulling it off. Oh my god, that was a final blow, I guess. Yes, it's Morgan Esports getting that phenomenal winner chicken dinner, which was totally unexpected at the time. But yes, I was expecting it's Team DMT as well to get the chicken dinner. But nevertheless, let's see how it's going to be in the upcoming times.
Yep, the last zone was really tricky because the whole zone was up and down, full of up and down. There was no particular pinpoint cover so that the players will be in complete advantage. There was no advantage for any team. All of them had to take fight no matter what they tried to do. And thus we saw this match, and Morrigan, they got 14 points from this whole match. Their eliminations were low, but finally they got the chicken dinner, and that makes total of 14 elimination for this point, and overall points of 6 matches for them is 39. So it might be not possible for them to qualify, but the last match, the last try they did, that was quite good.
Yes, totally. Let's see how it's going to be in the upcoming times. But right now, we would love to see the stats as well. Yes, it's team stats for elimination 14 points, and overall, they are having 39 points into their side. So, yes, it's really very important that you get those overall points standing a better number. I think more than 45 or 50.
Yep, I think that would be needed at least for them. And here we can see the head-to-head comparison. That is, we can see Morrigan, they have 4, and the opposing team DMT, they have 8 elimination, 4-point lead here. But for the placement point, Morrigan has 4 points more than DMT. But if we try to see the total points, now it's even by that equal disbalance in those elimination and position points. The match ranking of this 6th match is for Morrigan is at the hashtag 1 with 14 points in total. DCM DMT, they are also 14 points, but at the second position because they missed the chicken dinner. Hashtag 3 is secured by OPZ Esports with 10 eliminations. Same goes for Unfazed. Then Game Over has 8 points in total. TM7, they have 7, which rhymes with their name as well. Savage Esports, they have 5, and V Leonens, they have 4 points here.
Yes, totally. They're having a good points as well. VIP Iconic 4, Estella 4, 3-3 by Western, and EQZ Esports 1-1 by DCM and SDMZ, and 0-0 by VE Detroit as well. Idru got 5 elimination, Willy 3, Ahupu 3, Seswen 3, and Vasanti when he got 3 elimination to their side.
Yep, and the surviving time was the highest taken by Ooredoo. That was 24 minutes and 41 seconds for this particular match. Actually, no, Willie survived for 27 minutes and zero point 0.6 seconds, and that is quite mind blowing for their part. And here we can see the overall points of the match six. And let's start from the bottom. We can see here hashtag 9 is Morrigan with total 39. Estella, they have 28. V Detroit, they have 26. VIP Iconic, they have 18. The West End has 19. EQZ Esports has 15. DCM Zarzia has 3. DCM Delete has 1 total points here. So keep guessing who might be in the ranking of 1 to 8 here.
Yes, uh, it's really very important. But overall standings, TM7 is totally leading the game. Leonis Esports is also having 51 into the side, 46, 46, 46, 46 by Game Over
Ooh.
and Savage here. So it's a great battle coming in.
Yes, that's really neck to neck, and we can clearly see that all of the teams are quite close one to another. Whoever are in the ranking of hashtag 1 to 8, but TM7 they were totally consistent today. Be it with their elimination, be with their placement points, they nailed all of the sectors. They nailed every other thing, and that is the reason they are at the tabletop. But V Leons and SO SDMZ Cyanide, they also played really well to be at this rank of the chart. And the top 8 teams that were performing literally nailed the whole matches. And here we can see the overall top fraggers. Anish has 15 eliminations in total with the KD ratio of 2.5. Eddie has 14 elimination with the KD ratio of 2.33. Hashtag 3 top has 13 elimination with KD ratio of 2.17. Mud has 13 elimination with the KD ratio of 2.17, and A has 12 elimination with the KD ratio of 2 here.
Totally a great battle, totally a great game coming in, and the way these players played in, that was truly a great battle coming out of nowhere. But yes, this is just the start. There's another stage remaining, which is the grand final, and I guess this would be the last day of semi-finals. And again, we would be moving towards the grand finals very soon. But before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, mates. Do show your support, and at the same time, I think if you have, if you have that data issues, you can go and get Managely 15 days plan activated by Ooredoo app. It's a limited time offer, 20 GB for 250. So it's a great option for you.
Yep, get your monthly dose of gifts and purchase all of your favorite games as well. And stay with Ooredoo. And until then, we hope you really enjoyed all these matches. You can even scan the QR code to see all of the offers that are included with this package. I hope so. So this is all about the semi-final round of Ooredoo Nations Gamerland Maldives Champions Contender Series Season 1. We have witnessed all of the 6 matches today. We were with you in the casting in the whole day. I was Atul and with me was Eagle. We really hope that you have enjoyed all of the matches. So we will see you in the next round or somewhere else. Until then, everyone, keep supporting, keep watching, and keep enjoying.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their girls with their nails done. girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Close your eyes.